Back to the Riyadh Masters group stage. Here we are with another best of two. A couple of them, in fact, as Wagga, we get ourselves into a pretty damn good match here. G.Gladiators against Quest is our first one up.
Yeah, it's good. It should be a really good one. I've been looking forward to seeing a G.Gladiators game. We didn't get to cast them yet, and seeing them go up against Quest, who we have watched. They were the first team that we cast here during this, and we saw some interesting stuff from Quest. You know, they busted out the TA in game one, where TA 2000, appropriately named, went completely beyond godlike very quickly. We'll see how they're going to match up here against G.Gladiators. Obviously, a lot of people will say this is the team to beat. This is like G.Gladiators. A lot of people just look at them like these are the champions of Dota right now.
Yeah, and you know, they've not had a super easy ride in the group stage so far, going 0-3-0, so 1-1ing all three of their series against Spirit, LGD, and EG. Some, you know, tough opponents there, but it's starting to feel like, you know, teams maybe not necessarily fully figuring them out, but definitely taking wins off them here and there. It's not a full 2-0 by G.Gladiators. Well, yeah, like you say, Quest currently up near the top of Group A, sitting pretty with a victory against Spirit and a draw against Extreme and 9 Pandas. And after that Bali Major run, even with the swap out of Amar for Malik, they're still looking really solid.
Yeah, they look like they very seamlessly have, you know, just integrated him into the gameplay here. When we were casting them, they looked like a team that's played together for a long time. You know, it didn't look like they recently had to do some change. And that's really nice for them, considering that it's always a little bit scary going into a big tournament and just having changed a player. So really looks like they have integrated well, and that's exciting for them, because I want to see the best possible Dota here between these two teams. But yeah, we'll see if G.Gladiators are gonna sort of bring that power that we know that they're capable of, or if they're gonna keep getting these draws, because, you know, draws only get you so far, Gareth.
They do, yeah. Especially once we get into, like, you know, day 2, day 3 of the group stage, you need to start getting at least a 2-0 or something down the line, or else you could be finding yourself, you know, in the bottom spots of the group stage. And we've had a similar situation with, like, Talon and a couple of other teams in previous tournaments where they've gone a complete 1-1, you know, taking victories against some big teams, but also dropping to some lesser teams as well. It's that consistency which you need to be picking up the victories wherever you can. And every time I look back on Wikipedia at G.Gladiators' recent results, it's just like first place Bali Major, Dream League, second place DPC, first place Berlin Major, Dream League, Lima Major. It's massive from them.
Yeah, they overall just, you know, have had a very, very good performance. Not just the last year, like overall G.Gladiators over the last like 18 months or something, they've just looked really fantastic. So we'll see how they're going to perform here at the Riyadh Masters, and we are going to start into the game here, so we'll get the draft underway soon as well. I'm excited to see what the teams are going to bring to the table here, what type of approaches they're going to have, who we're going to see come out with a little bit more of a curveball, perhaps in the draft phase, or who's going to get ahead in laning stage. There's a lot of questions that kind of tell you how the game is going to go, because we saw a lot of things so far, Gareth. We've seen teams get a little bit sneaky with it here to try and pull a fast one on their opponents.
Yeah, because what is it? EG, right? Doing these bait and switches in the draft, swapping, you know, heroes from +4 to 3 to 2 to 1, making things very difficult for you. And as we get ourselves into the draft, that first phase of bans, always very important. Against G.Gladiators, it's a difficult challenge to figure out what you want to be getting rid of. You know, you think about this Meepo, Io Lesh, Timbersaw, Broodmother. Do we focus down some of Ace's heroes? Do we look at Quinn in the mid lane? There are just so many hurdles to get over.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot of stuff to look at, but Quest are going to do what a lot of teams have done for a very long time as well, which is just ban IO when you play against G.Gladiators. I can't really fault them for that. I think that is a very, very solid approach. G.Gladiators have many different IO combos that are just disgusting. They've played Storm IO back when that was like... nobody was even really doing it. Then G.Gladiators started just abusing it, and everyone was like, whoa, this is completely busted. And then people stopped after a while, but they've done many different IO combos over the years.
Yeah, even the like IO Razor, which they've pulled out a couple of times at the Riyadh Masters. They've grabbed that a couple of times. We'll see what they get their hands on here, like you say, with no IO on the table. Broodmother, Snapfire, and the Primal Beast also being taken out leads to a Timbersaw first pick. Of course, we know how flexible this guy can be, both in the hands of Quinn and Ace.
Let's see how they deal with it. Yesterday, you and I cast game where we actually saw 9 on his Timber get absolutely destroyed by the counter picks coming out. It was Rubik, There we go, Rubik. Silencer was picked, and Storm. Storm was picked right after the Silencer first pick, and then they went Rubik later. We're going to see a very solid opening here of just two super popular support heroes, the Rubik and the Undying. I think Rubik is one of the best supports you can have against Timber. Undying, not so much, but they're also not overreacting perhaps to Timber. Maybe this is just like, you know what? Undying, he wins us the safe lane. He makes sure that we're going to have a good game on our carry, and they do lean heavily on the carry in this team.
And just solidify your lanes early on. Don't double or triple down on this Timber if you don't know where he's going yet.
Yeah. Also some respect already by Gaming Gladiators in the first phase to pan out the Snapfire, which obviously a lot of teams are running Snapfire, but Noob really enjoys it. He plays it very well, and it's understandable that they don't want to let him get his hands on a nice first phase pick mid hero that's very tough to counter pick. It just has very reliable impact on the mid lane.
And now, answering a bit of that Undying lane oppression with Enchantress for themselves. Always very good at securing the safe lane or the off lane, depending where she goes.
Yeah,
usually in the hands of Celery, though.
I think Ench is usually a very good hero against Undying as well, because if you pair up that matchup, Ench can do a good job not standing close to your core, and she can still do those ranged attacks into Undying. Trade hits a little bit, even though Undying is very hard to really harass in the laning stage. Eventually, you get those creeps, and then you kind of take over the lane after a while when Undying runs out of resources.
So what do you want to see from bans from Gaming Gladiators? Like, do you want to cover the Timbersaw more, or are you thinking of covering your next pick?
I think they should probably be careful about letting Quest get too much teamfight draft right now, because when we see Rubik and Undying already, Undying is the type of hero that really enjoys going 5-man push strat. So they ban out the Pango. That's a great teamfight hero that would be facilitating this type of action. Maybe they should consider getting rid of stuff like Beastmaster, on the offlane, or some push heroes on the offlane. Even Lycan is still a possibility here for Quest.
Yeah, is Batrider a fear when you've got Timber and Ench on your team?
To a degree, yeah. It's certainly a problematic hero. One of the better heroes for locking down the Timbersaw for sure, and dealing a lot of magic damage is always nice. So they're gonna get rid of the Morphling, though. Another fantastic hero in the current patch. Very strong safe laner together with the Undying, since you get so much value from any potential heal from Undying. Though usually it's just max Q and points and tombstone builds. You don't really skill the Soul Rip early on.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, poor Soul Rip. Completely ignored now.
It's good in the mid game, and even then, a hero like Morphling would get super value. You just morph down a bit, get a Soul Rip, full HP.
As an Undying spammer, I remember the days of going like 1-4-1 build, just maxing out Soul Rip, healing people up.
It used to be the build. Actually, Undying is probably one of the heroes who has the most, or has had the most different builds be meta in Pro Dota, because there's definitely been no Tombstone builds. There's been only Tombstone builds. There's the priorities have shifted.
Well, second phase of bans, Amber and Quest thinking pretty hard about this next one. Beastmaster gone.
Yeah. Okay, so they want to set up a little bit of block there against potential Vision. I think Quest, having Rubik in your team, you already have the potential to do very nice ganks. Looking at Gaming Gladiators, though, Timber and Ench, not really a type of heroes that make good pick-off rotations generally. Timber does a lot of damage, but you don't really have any good way to lock people down. I always feel like insta-disable is what you want when you want to go and get a gank. So blocking out some Vision there from Beastmaster, always nice.
And Gaming Gladiators with this one final ban. Let's see if they, remove a noob hero, get rid of his puck or his tiny, or if they still go down this line, taking out some of these safe laners.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised to see him keep banning safe laners as well. We've seen a lot of teams prioritize it a bit. I mean, we could see something like, banning out... banning out Bloodseeker is pretty nice when you have Timbersaw in your team. Could also see something like Faceless Void get removed, just because Faceless Void time dilation, really good against Timber. You don't have great stuff into Chrono already, but Tombstone is sort of good with it. I'm going to go with the Medusa first.
Okay. Well, they banned Bloodseeker themselves, Quest. Would have been pretty irritating to handle, especially when you're picking up a Darkseer for Malik, yeah.
That explains why they get rid of Bloodseeker. Don't want to deal with a constant heal that he has in laning stage, and also the Rupture being so good against Darkseer later on. Alright, so Darkseer Rubik lane most likely then, gonna pair up. I like Darkseer in the current patch. I think he brings a lot to the table. He's underrated by a lot of people. I think that Aghanim is deceptive. Get a normal punch. It does a lot of damage to start with. Like max damage on that ability, it's a 9-second cooldown, is 450 damage. If you ram pretty far, that's just one really massive punch. And then you also get the illusions, of course, which they hurt.
I mean, they started off pretty hot in the Riyadh Masters with that Darkseer. They had like 3 wins in a row. They've picked him 5 out of their 10 matches so far. Last couple of games have been a little sadder for him, dropping a game against 9 Pandas and Extreme with the Darkseer, but Malik's still feeling pretty comfortable with this going into the first game against GG, as they grab the Faceless Void, and with the double pick, well, you take up your secondary support now?
Yeah, I'd say this is a combo support for that safe lane, something to deal with them. Actually, it might be Ench safe lane here, looking at this, but I love the Skywrath and Faceless Void combination, and Faceless Void against Darkseer, also really nice. Time dilation, great against his skills, getting Chrono, reliable lockdown as well. They picked TA into Faceless Void here. Okay. I mean, it's not a bad TA game against Skywrath, and she does pretty damn well against Timber and Ench as well. But Faceless Void is a problematic hero for TA.
I just caught up in the bubble. Have a Mystic Flare thrown at you.
Yeah, you just don't ever really win man fights in late game. That's the problem. Or even mid-late game. There comes a point where you just kind of die. And TA also gets very hurt by time dilation. So
right,
this can be a problematic game for sure. Comes down a lot to the last 2 heroes that are going to be added in here. I wouldn't be surprised to see, Quest perhaps want to play some form of jump hero on mid. We see a ban by Gaming Gladiators on Storm Spirit. Almost feels a little bit bad for Quest that they removed the Ember, because he would have fit really well for the matchup, I feel. Get Iron Shell and Ember, because send them in.
The Lawnmower. Just run people down. I've still got a couple of options left for Noob. His hero pool is reasonably strong.
The ban. Got to cover your back in this patch. The Meepo, a lot of teams are using the offlane Meepo or just Meepo in general currently. We've seen it a bit. We've seen it successful. We've seen it unsuccessful. But Meepo can certainly have a big impact. Also a hero that TA absolutely does not want to play against. So that's a big reason why they ban it.
Is it the ban on the puck now? Leave the Tiny in. Oh, they get
go
rid of
the
the
other way
Tiny.
around.
Yeah.
Get rid of Tiny. Makes sense. You're playing Sky, Ench, and Faceless Void. None of these heroes really love the idea of getting jumped by an Avatos combo. So that would also fit well for Quest. They need some form of disable in their last pick for sure. Only having the Rubik and Vacuum right now being your 2 disables, and Vacuum isn't the longest.
Yeah, I'm looking back thinking, what's Noob going to play? And it really is just the puck that's coming to mind. Everything else has been taken out.
I mean, he might take Queen. He loves playing Queen, so could also go for that. It doesn't really bring lockdown, but it does bring a lot of damage. You can Vacuum into Sonic Wave. There's potential there. He is level 30 Queen, so...
I guess you're still waiting for this info, right? Like, you're not 100% sure where the Timber Saw's going. You're looking at Void Ench lane, Sky +1, and then
they have to show it
Gaming
now.
Gladiators has to show.
This is going to be a telling pick, and after that, they can make the best decision with the information they have. Gaming Gladiators, I would like for them to have some form of, even going for the possibility of mid Timbersaw here and send Lycan on the offlane could work for them. The TA doesn't do too well about being run down, and gives them a bit of tempo here.
Get the Wolves on her. Oh yeah, what a call.
Baby.
There it is. Last pick Lycan. Right, another shot here. What's the last pick for Quest?
Okay. Last pick. I'll do one more. I don't know about Queen anymore. I'm not sure. I mean, if it was a meta for it, this would be a Kunkka game, but Kunkka is just not picked at all. Oh, this is tough, dude. This is really tough.
It would be great if they picked Kunkka right now. You
read
the tarot cards perfectly.
Game, but, I don't really see it, actually. I'm not sure what they're comfortable with. They do have some time, so maybe I get time to think as well.
Yeah, I mean, is there a way we can swap this? Like, does TA want to go mid and they pick like a Monkey King or something?
I mean, I don't think they're doing it, but they could. They could definitely swap it up. Noob plays TA as well, as far as I know. I wouldn't mind seeing them go like Naga safe lane and TA mid. That would actually be dope. Naga destroys Lycan, good against Skywrath, pretty good against Faces Void too. Like, it's actually a pretty good Naga game. Apart from the Timber and Ansh are decent. You can steal the illusions and you can burst them. But I still think this is gonna be a safe lane TA.
Yeah.
To which I feel like they're gonna surprise us a little bit. Maybe.
I think they're just going to pick Puck. We'll just go full circle and we'll get round back into the Puck again.
It could be, for sure.
It can be a little spooky against Scarth Mage, but you'll have that coil against Void and Timbersaw, and the Lycan. Like, a lot of maneuverability here from the cores of gaming.
I'd like to see, like, Legion or Konka or something, down that route. Kind of melee stunner hero, but... Okay, they go with the DP, so... It brings the element that you were discussing, bringing Puck, a hero that can come in silence, but it doesn't have the weakness of getting destroyed by Skywrath. DP, very tanky hero, able to actually stand her ground. Also, does pretty well with being chronoed. So she can run in very aggressively to get the flying and hopefully shield the TA from being caught in that chrono. This pick was better than any of the ones that we suggested here. Honestly, the team came up with a very nice final pick. I think it fits nicely. At the same time, Gaming Gladiators, what they have is very potent. Late game should be theirs. Early game, they got that Timbersaw, they got the Lycan. They can definitely put pressure here. A lot of it is going to come down to how that mid lane goes, how well Noob is going to match up against Quinn on his Timbersaw. I'm excited to see how this plays out.
Yeah, because we had a lot of DP thinking back, 9 months, a year ago was a massive pick. Then she got all these changes to Spirit Siphon and stuff like that. So no longer that percentage-based damage against Timber, but still very good in the early levels, right, with the flat damage to try and break him down a little bit in that early laning stage. But I'm just looking at the way this game's going to pan out. Once we have that laning stage breakdown, these big clashes are going to become very apparent with the Chrono Mystic Flare, the long cooldown on Shapeshift, and then the matching of it by Quest with this Vacuum Wall, Tombstone, DP ulti with an Exorcism. Both teams look like they want to be picking their moments very carefully where they want to fight around their cooldowns.
It does look like that. One thing that I see as an issue with Gaming Gladiators, this is sort of a minor thing, but still could have a big impact in this game, is that they have the Void Skywrath combo, right? And Chrono into Sky ulti is very nice. But think about the rest of their draft. As this is now on screen, they have the Timber, Ange, Void, Sky, and Lycan. None of the other heroes really set up Sky ulti that well. What, you're gonna slow them with Chakram? You're gonna enchant them? You're gonna cripple them with your dogs? Like,
we're gonna Lycan Helm, a troll, a net creep, get the ensnare going.
This is where you get the Rod of Atos, of course, on your Skywrath though, and possibly we're gonna see him just set it up himself. But it can be nice sometimes to have a teammate that can set up for your ulti as well, especially before you get that Rod of Atos. So that's one minor thing that I feel is a weakness potentially in their draft. But yeah, we're going to head into the game and see how these teams play it out. I think we're seeing both teams right now smoking out for that early ward drop. So getting across the river and dropping a ward. Look at the alt chat. Is it the Timbersaw he's talking about, possibly?
I assume so, yeah. This Timber has been a thorn in the side for every team that's played against it. The Riyadh Masters, bar that one game we saw 9 in the mid lane have some struggles. Definitely curious to see if Quest go the same direction as we saw in that game with the Spirit Vessel Rubik and this way to deal with the Timbersaw early on. Put a bit of pressure on him, make sure he doesn't get off the ground.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't end up with the best heroes ever to shut down Timber. Like, usually it's good silences and a lot of lockdown is a good way to do it, but compared to the game we saw with the Rubik, the Storm, the Silencer, who all brought great stuff to the table, I mean, DP silence, yeah, it's a thing, but it's a little bit worse for bursting Timber than the Storm, I feel. And they don't have a silencer, they have Undying, who's just strictly way worse against Timber. So it is concerning if the Timber gets off the ground in a good way here. We talk a lot about him, but Timber is honestly one of the most powerful heroes, if not the strongest hero of the current patch. I think Broodmother takes that title, but Timber is still very, very difficult to control.
Yeah, he's up there. He's in the conversation for sure. Bottom rune spot. Gaming Gladiators were considering going in there, but the level 1 fight from Quest looking like it's that little bit stronger. With 3 heroes around and that high ground vision Gaming Gladiators got put down as well. We saw OG doing this quite a lot with that movement into Ancients. They don't get the block on any of the Ancient camps, but they do get this ward up to watch Rune and any rotations coming in. Keep tabs on Omar's Rubik, who, half of his job is going to be stacking camps for the TA.
Yeah, exactly. Seeing the stacks being built is pretty important because it kind of allows the Timber to possibly run over and just decide to steal that very quickly, as he has the capability to burst down the big camp at least really fast.
Up in this top lane, Kaori,
Is under attack.
Undying against a Lycan and a Sky. We'll see what he gets done here. Be a little tricky for the Undying here with concussive shot, walls being thrown at him, and positioning from Tofu and Ace separating to make sure there's no two-man decays. And it's his primary job just to keep TA farming.
Tofu gets a little courier snipe too.
Has been
Oh yeah.
It did deliver the tangles though, so at least not gonna be without regen. He almost gets a second courier snipe. I love the positioning of Tofu here. Look at the work this man is doing right now. It's just non-stop auto-attacking. Accidentally pulls the range creep though. Didn't want to do that. Oh, this is annoying. Now he has to go and drop it somewhere. The wolves are gonna come.
Wolves?
Take it. Yeah. Passes over the aggro to like it.
And then TA last taking under tower. This is something I asked you about yesterday. Quelling Blades on carries. I don't see it that often. I think Monkey King's been one of the only heroes to buy it. But now we have a TA and a Faceless Void, both with Quellings. What's the reason?
No, you buy it on these heroes. It's kind of hard to say exactly which heroes buy it, but 100% you get Quelling Blade on both of these if you play safe lane. TA, then Quelling Blade is just fantastic. Since you Psyblade from creeps onto heroes, Quelling Blade can actually do more damage to a hero as well, which it normally can't for any hero in Dota, right? Like, it usually doesn't do hero damage, but Psyblade does damage based on the damage the creep took. So Quelling Blade gets converted to actually being able to do hero damage on TA.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, nice little
Converted into
interaction.
pure damage as well, right?
Yes, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's useful. She has a little converter for damage types there.
That's super sweet for it. Omar just being punched by Celery over and over again. Such a pest, this safe lane support Enchantress. Still holding a
Celery.
blood grenade.
Yeah, Celery knows his way around these heroes as well. He was also famous for his tree-end gameplay, but his Enchantress is equally annoying. And once he gets his hands on a creep as well, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, he's absolutely a hero specialist. I remember...
Ooh, a
Omar.
little bit of an overstep though. Punished by
hero
the grenade.
specialist. This Omar Rubik has been spectacular from what we've seen.
Yeah, Malik coming in with that vacuum there. I don't think Celery expected Malik to already have the vacuum ready there, perhaps expecting him to have a poignant surge in Iron Shell, but he went up and just got that kill.
And that mid lane looking decent for the DP. Dead even between her and the Timbersaw right now as Quinn catches up a touch. It's down at bottom lane, and Enchantress trying to dispel off some of these Iron Shells and annoying instances coming out. But a good courier snipe from Omar there does get them something out of the lane as it's being dragged off towards the Lotus Pool. People gravitating towards the little fountain.
Yeah, these safe laners couriers, they live a dangerous life bringing out the region. Top lane, Ace taking quite a bit of harassment now from all this decay spam. Undying is running out of resources though. Doesn't have any more mangoes, doesn't have any more tangos. He has one grenade and that's it.
Does he have a courier coming? He's got a couple of bits of regen there. It's always that awkward spot. Like, do I want to die? Do I want to walk back to base? Nah, I'll just ferry some more out and keep this going.
Yeah.
No brakes on this train for the Undying. Noob. Every time I look mid, Noob is like clicking into Quinn, trying to harass him as much as possible, and the Timbersaw, 2 points in reactive armor, just doesn't care.
Yeah, it's a very futile feeling. He didn't go for a single point Timber Chain. This is just a very safe farming build. Probably going to go Timber Chain now on level 5 to give himself some kill potential when he gets his ulti available as well. Not scaling up yet, but I reckon you don't really need a third point in either reactive or Q here.
Yeah, DP has always been one of these annoying laners. Just constantly long range right clicking into you. Timbersaw can hold his own. Tree number 4 is his tag there on Quinn. Jumps across to it. What's the... That's Witchblade coming out of this DP.
Yeah, this is a pretty common build. Top Blood Grenade being thrown. Defensive Blood Grenade.
And the Melt Strike on Tofu. Oh god, that minus armor with the zombies on him. Ace getting chased under his tower as well a little bit here. Refraction's up on TA. Another Melt Strike, but not the ability to gap close. No further slows or stuns. Ace survives, while over on that Dire Ancient spot, we've got a Radiant Sentry blocking up the Ancients. Celery's wandering around, getting some more high ground vision down, really controlling that spot against Omar.
Kaori is winning against the Ancients. Oh wait, Kaori lost to the Ancients. Unlucky. He tried.
Well, he'll come back full resources.
Yeah, get that reset, come back, ready to fight again. Bottom.
Ooh, the seed
nice
shot.
silence.
Into concussive shot. A lot hitting into the back of Malik here, and there we go. The slow down, stop the surge, and Ion Shell, and pick him off.
It's such a brutal matchup, honestly. Playing Darkseer into this, like your Iron Shell doesn't work, your Surge doesn't work. It just feels like you're playing against a hero that hard counters you to the point that you can't even play, really. It's Oracle and Enchantress, two of the toughest ones for Darkseer to go up against.
Yeah, it's real rough. And that mid lane ward was spotted. Quinn should be able to take it down a little later on.
6-minute rune.
I'm going to take the opposing ward, and yeah, 6-minute rune spawns up at top. DD that Quinn is sprinting towards. Kaori and Noob, they're in the vicinity, but with that Chakram slow and the chains forward, Quinn grabs it up and bottles it. We'll get chased and harassed all the way out of lane, far northwest. Down at bottom lane, Duraccio bashes in onto Malik, who's trying to fake pump and bait out a chance or something there, but the bashes are connecting. The slow down here, Malik doesn't stand a chance. He was left alone.
Oh, that's painful. He just TP'd back in as well. I mean, when you have Vanguard as well, you really don't want to be dying in laning stage. It's a commitment. Mid? I think with Tombstone. Don't think this guy can do too much, so.
I'm trying to catch up to Quinn. Tofu's here, though. Quite a lot of magic damage coming his way, and they do get the kill in the end. These Spirit Siphons doing tremendous work.
Yeah, the Exorcism very strong there. Even though the Tombstone didn't really connect too much on Timbersaw, it's now going to help push the mid lane. You know, kill these creeps quickly, and with the Exo still running for a good few seconds here, they can do a bit of tower damage before Timber comes up, so nice start for Noob on the mid lane by the help of Kaori here, as they leave TA alone against the Lycan, leaving her for a 1v1 for a bit.
The DP ghosts don't trigger reactive armor, right? They don't give him stacks?
No,
it's physical damage, but
yeah, it's not
hit.
an attack. Yeah, it doesn't count as an attack.
It's one of those interesting ones. I remember back with the old like Aetherlands and Kaya and stuff with the spell damage increase. It would increase the spell damage of the Exo Ghosts because they're a physical damage spell dealer.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then you can also buff it by minus armoring the enemy, so it's like multiple ways of making it stronger. Top, we see a setup here over on the TA. She does have Undying nearby. No Tombstone yet, though.
The Lotus Pool turns around to try and fight with a trap on Celery. Focus on the Undying, though, silencing him, trying to stop this decay from coming. Tombstone is on cooldown, though, as Kaori just charges forward. Trying to bodyguard TA2000 here. He's going to die in the end, but the TA trap slowing Ace down. Do we have the DPS? TA2000 just about secures the kill. Very well done in that trade.
Yeah, gets that kill. Very nice pick-off, and now, of course, gonna push out the lane here and get herself nice and quick towards that Dragonlance. Probably gonna start jungling here as well after bursting next to Creep Wave. Very good start for TA2000 again, as we saw last time.
Yeah, great stuff. And that move from Noob as well, getting that second kill. It was a setup by Gaming Gladiators, but losing a couple of heroes with some swift rotations. Noob getting a couple of bounty runes and a bottle refill. My god, how many bottle charges do you need?
Yeah, all of them, man. When you're mid laner, you're thirsty. You need all that mana, especially DP. Spamming all those Spirit Siphons really brings your mana low. So she'll be happy to get a neutral item as well soon, probably from TA as she starts the jungling. Maybe she gets something to help her mana a bit more as well.
The D-Ward battle mid. The Dire Sentry stands strong.
Yeah.
Celery couldn't take it down in time.
He has another one. Celery just waiting for the right time. Now he can go for it. Using his creep as well to zone out Noob a bit.
Oh, who's trying to deny it? Well done by Celery to get the actual take on it.
So Draccio has his Mask of Madness and Chrono available. Looking at if they can... Oh, he TP's top. He's gonna go for TA.
Yeah, I mean, Ace being pummeled by the side plays, but you're right, with a Chrono there. Duraccio catches two of them. Exo from Noob on the sidelines as Impetus shots start landing in. Gaming Gladiators ditch on it, though. Quest have brought the numbers up here. And Quinn, he goes in. Illusion Rune pop to get out of the silence as Tofu blasts into Kaori's Undying. Looks like Gaming Gladiator is going to trade out a support for a support. Tombstone is being focused by Duraccio, but denied by Omar. Now with the time walk back up, it's just time to turn tail and run, but still a reasonably long cooldown. Mask of Madness to give him some movement speed. The slow from the concussive shot tries to keep Noob at bay. Duraccio, 15 seconds for time walk, and he's out of there. He cannot survive, cannot escape. He's dead.
They realize they only has level 1 on it, maxing the bashes, and they just run him down. Very, very nice kill, and that was so costly. Not only did you not get a kill with your first Chrono, You die instead. You also didn't get the tombstone. Everything went wrong there for Duracho. And this is gonna really cost them. The TPM for the Chrono, like, it was nice catch from TA, but they didn't have anything nearby. They didn't have the Timber there, they didn't have the Skywrath ready, so it was really just him and Lycan doesn't help you during Chrono.
Oh. And you can see Noob just, like, waiting for his moment, like, thinking, hey, my TA's fine, the impetus shots are landing on a support, I'll just pop Exo once it's all over. Giving a little bit of breathing room to Malik as well, who had a tough laning stage, but he's ahead of the Void in net worth, looking pretty good now.
Yeah, he's happily just starting his farm with, you know, spamming ancients, iron shells, and making sure he's working towards that Crimson Guard, which is going to be ever so valuable this game against a Lycan plus Faceless Void. It's really good. One concern is that it can be dispelled. I believe the enchant can be used against it. So,
hey, does he go full on auras here as Malik, like Crimson into pipe?
I think so. I think it's usually the play for a lot of Darkseers, and normally if you don't do that, you go for some Blink combo play, but they don't really have a combo lineup for the Vacuum. He's more just meant to be tanky. He could go Lotus Orb as well here if he wants against the Silence from Skywrath to be able to unsilence himself or someone else, and also get armor against the Void and the Lycan. But there's not too much to Lotus, so probably just gonna see him full aura build.
Yeah. And Quest, well done by Noob to keep the catapult alive. Tanks a couple of tower hits to get that bonus, 200 damage or so into the objective. 10 seconds, less than that for Exorcism to come back up as well. Might be able to secure this tier 1 while Gaming Gladiators are trying to spread out on the map and get the farm they need.
Very quiet start this game from Quinn on his Timbersaw. 0-1-0, hasn't been involved in a single kill at 12 minutes. Nothing really going on yet.
Still got all his items in his inventory. He'll be doing alright. Kai up next after that Vanguard Arcanes. A shield rune on Timbersaw as well. Good luck touching him while he's got that running.
Yeah, very, very tanky. Meanwhile, we see a lot of people transition out of the laning stage now. They're gonna send over Darkseer to push out top on the side of Quest here. So using him to get some safety up there while TA starts taking the triangle. Same kind of move though, Lycan coming down bottom here, looking at a different angle of approach.
Yeah, scouting with the Centaur, holding that bottom lane. Making sure Quest don't have easy access into this bottom tier 1 and then into the jungle as that knock-on effect. Lol's going to scout out Malik.
Darkseer just standing there watching him, waiting to maybe set up for his teammates, but the Wolf sees him.
He pretends to Twin Gate even. And just stick around down bottom. As it looks like Gaming Gladiators, they were pinging this out. Chrono is ready from the Faceless Void. Duracho itching for a fight here.
They have the Sky ulti, so they're gonna combo. Someone's gonna take a lot of damage. Preferably they want to go on TA, but she's being kind of protected. People are playing around her. Everybody is making sure she doesn't get smoke ganked right now.
Yeah, good positioning from Kaori.
Smoke still has a long duration here, but maybe they don't want to take this fight. I don't know, Gaming Gladiators, this is time that you're not farming on your Void. So I feel like they have to move over if they want to take the fight. In the end though, Void is gonna say, screw this, I'm going back to my farm.
Yeah, just get back to trying to accelerate. You know, this tier 2000 has had a great lane, farmed through some ancients, top of the net worth at 7,500. She's going to be hitting her stride pretty damn soon. That's one of the big strengths we've seen from Quest through the Bali Major into Riyadh, is this ability to pick their moments, but with a Chrono like that and a Mystic Flare on top, the DP dying quickly, a bit of heal though. Noob kept alive, turns around, still looks like she's going to die though, as the Faceless Void can't finish her off.
Still
Doesn't
alive?
stick on the man, the DP is still alive. Spirit Siphons are going, Noob caught up in the chakram, the damage coming with the blood grenade onto the impetus shot up to high ground finishes her. Quest have lost the DP undying, as Quinn going to TP out successfully from that middle lane, no further stuns coming. And TA 2000, one melt strike to get the double kill for her. 2 for 2 trade. Gaming Gladiators spending Shapeshift and Chrono though.
That was very costly for Gaming Gladiators. Now they can start pushing as well. TA has the full Deso coming out as well. This tier 1 tower not long for this world, as I don't really see how they can muster a defense. They're chipping in though. Maybe they can hold on to this.
We'll see what Quinn can do. He's still an annoying presence frontlining here, but a stolen chakram. We've seen what these Rubiks can do. Turning the spells around onto the Timbersaw. Malik and TA 2000 still feeling pretty comfortable here. Pressing forward past the tower to kill the Sky off. And they'll finish off the objective afterwards.
I got a little bit too close there. And they're gonna back out happily here. Kaori grabs the bottom Wisdom Rune. Top Wisdom Rune taken by Celery, so 1-for-1 on that. And now the invasion here. You win a few fights, and then TA gets in and starts taking away the enemy resources here, stealing their big gold income here from Ancients.
My pieces of pie! They're all being pilfered by Quest. And Celery's being wrapped around on as well. Look at all the
he's in no man's land.
On the map, you just see a swarm, a horde of heroes coming the way of Celery. Enchantress going to try and buy as much time and delay the inevitable death, as Duraccio does get a solo kill down bottom on Kaori. And again, a trade for both position 5s.
Yeah, Duraccio, that solo kill is pretty impactful though. It gives him a lot of experience, and he needed something. This is like the first thing that kind of has gone really nicely for him here. He is 3-1-4, but his game has been kind of tough. He had a nice chrono there on the DP, but first rotation really set him back a bit.
Well, that is one hell of a creep wave being dragged by Celery. The Warpine Raider's got a double wave plus a catapult, bringing it mid. This is given the... Go into the Roche pit.
This is where Timber, he's like, here, Timber, take this.
Tons of money. Courier snipe as well there. Quinn's going to get loads of cash from clearing out that creep wave. Roche in the meantime
gets Kaori again as he goes bottom, and this time do something with it.
He silenced up. Yeah. The pig pole tried to slip into the tree line, but... Mid lane, Malik, he is a little alone here, and he's being surrounded. In comes Tofu and the shapeshift from Ace. Catch up to the Malik Darks here with Mystic Flare and the Centaur. There we go. That's the initiation tool they've needed.
There we go, yeah. Just gotta have your Helm of the Overlord ready out. And sadly, that was the last time they're gonna combo like that. He's probably not gonna grab a Centaur again. He's looking for Dracarys. He wants the Black Dragon, the best Dominator creep for Lycan here. He finds it as well. Very nice. Hits the creeps, making sure to pull the creeps away a little bit so you don't misclick, because this bad boy right here is just S tier. It's actually funny. The other creeps are so much worse for Lycan.
Yeah. Accidentally get the Ancient Ice Shaman. It's like the worst Ancient creep ever.
Yeah, the Ice Shaman is absolutely terrible. At least the Golem is very hard to kill, but it doesn't do that much. The Dragon, though, this bad boy can just push waves alone, kill support heroes alone. It does anything you need.
I feel so much nicer. And like later on down the line, maybe think about the Thunderhide to like amp up this Faceless Void, get the frenzy on him. But yeah, Ancient Black Dragon.
Yeah,
much more versatile.
It's alright to get the frenzy as well. The thing is, it's very weak. It dies so fast to getting hit by TA. The dragon, a bit easier to keep alive as well.
Right, yeah, we've got Blink Deso on this TA, a couple of stacks up on it. Yeah. Gaming Gladiator is losing traction on this map now as Quest swarm to tier 2s.
And Darkseer, he did go for the aura build, by the way. He has the mech as well as the... oh, nice blink in here.
Oh, yeah. Say goodbye. They're on high ground here. Tombstone's dropped. Very difficult for Gaming Gladiators to approach. Tier 3 glyphed up for now.
They gave away that they have high ground vision, most likely there with that blink in, so we'll probably see Gaming Gladiators try D-ward here if they can get rid of the Tombstone, but this Tombstone as well, it guarantees full vision in the enemy base.
Complete freedom for TA 2000, even denying the Tombstone. Just nothing being given to Gaming Gladiators. This has been crisp from Quest. Ace is getting a little bit done on the other side of the map, though. Like you said, just pushing out waves, getting onto tier 2 with his dragon. But we see the reaction from Quest trying to come in here. They won't find the Lycan himself, but nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, nicely done there. He grabs the Satyr so they don't get the bonus 250.
Yeah, you always want to try and take a new creep. Really useful. Something to mention in this game is that both Enchantress and TA, or both Enchantress and Lycan, I mean, grabbed up the Gossamer Cape. This is an insanely hard TA counter. This item, it makes her miss her first attack, which for TA is very impactful since the first attack will be a Meld Strike. If you dodge that, you lower all the damage for the continuous attacks as well. So, very annoying item for TA to play into. And we'll see if they get more heroes able to drop the Gossamer as well. I reckon everyone who gets it actually will take it, other than Faceless Void, who, of course, wants his Ring of Aquila.
We have mini Aegis against the TA. Gonna survive some way or another.
It really is. It's good against like Nyx and Bounty Hunter as well. If Nyx tries to Vendetta you, it actually misses.
Oh. That's fun. Just stop them from playing the game. Malik sat Yeah, that tier 2 top lane. Looks like he's ready to fight. Mech, Crimson Guard, going for the Greaves. And then the Blink Dagger queued next. Tons of auras. And yeah, we just saw the Solar Crest finished on Kaori as well. So they've got a lot of steroids here to pump into the TA to keep her in fighting shape through the Chrono.
They're in great shape here. I mean, Quest are just doing things right, and they are going to go straight for the enemy Tormentor, I believe, after this as well, as TA takes it very fast. She's going to prep, go into Meld, waiting to stack the double Meld for big minus armor, and they start taking it. So minus 22 armor on this Tormentor. Instead of having 20 armor, it's minus 2.
And taking no damage. Crimson Guard mitigates everything from that Tormentor.
Yeah,
Fraction,
Crimson,
of course, there, nice as well.
Crimson is very, very nice for taking Tormentor. And looks like they're successful.
Celery, what's he up to? Grabbing enemy creep waves. Game of Gladiators. It feels like they're a little lost on this map. Trying to gather up forces down bottom. You know, a couple of chrono whiffs. Not whiffs, but not utilize their full potential.
Yeah, he had some nice combo. I mean, this also comes back to a bit what I was saying before, that like before the Skywrath had Rod of Aegis, he couldn't really combo with anyone other than the Chrono, so it slows down the game a little bit. You're playing around big ultis. Or he's gonna walk away here and be just fine. He used ulti though.
On Omar, he was toying with the idea of going up the staircase there. Would have been into the waiting Skywrath mage.
Yeah, he had a mech Darkseer next to him, so probably not a burst Tofu judges. And TA just gonna trap and slow this guy. Easy pick.
Now they make their move. Blink DP. The speed at which Quest can jump on a target now and just blow them up is pretty insane.
Yeah, it really is. And now they have both the support shards. They have the Undying Shard, they have the Rubik Shard. TA taking out the second Tormentor there, giving the extra shard. And I like the choice that he's doing here, going for a Manta Style on TA. It's not a very common item for TA, but when you're playing against Rod of Aegis, Skywrath, and there's also the slow from Enge, just time dilation, you have a few things that you want to get rid of here. And even the Howl from Lycan, honestly, decent to dispel away.
Well, Game Gladiators wanting to try and break out of this rut a little bit. Down on kills, down on net worth, but still with a nice toolkit here. Good arsenal of abilities to go and shred somebody. Just a matter of finding them first. Quest to position themselves quite nicely. Just Omar, the only one really showing out on the map. Chakram will come back to him as that's the spell he's got stolen. And a shapeshift from the Lycan trying to catch up to them. A quick smoke. Kaori TPing. Omar looks like he's still going to get caught here and with a quick jump up to high ground.
This is fine though. This is completely fine for Quest. They got out with all the core heroes. They got out with one of their supports even. And Lycan ulti was expanded for this. And the creep waves... I mean, there's no creep wave bottom, no creep wave top, so they can go mid creep wave if they, or mid push if they want, but without Lycan ulti anymore, how do you fight?
Hey, it's pretty rough. You can take over enemy ancients and maybe try and push into mid tier 2 tower here, but they're going to come back and maintain the lanes. There's a Darkseer farming bottom after pushing bot lane in.
Yeah, bottom lane is in absolute shambles right now. They need to fix it. They did cut the next creep wave at least, but still they're so forced back on the map. Trying to use Enge to push out mid, but that creep is also just gonna stay alive.
Oh, I like this, Malik. Shifting into the Scythe of Ice. Yeah, that lockdown against the Faceless Void just really enables your burst heroes to get the job done that little bit quicker.
Yeah, that's smart. Their lineup is pretty low on disable, so get yourself a little bit more. Always good against Timber and Faceless Void. Oh, they're in trouble.
Breaks. They go high ground, looking at Duraccio. A lot of damage, but he pops his Manta and time walks down to low ground. Nu will blink forward. Spirit siphons onto this Faceless Void, trying to catch up to him, but Tofu's got the answers to hold them back for now. A Chakram to slow down the TA, but she's still got refraction and some big physical damage hits coming. The Melt Strike after the blink. Oh, look at Duraccio evading a ton of it. But
look at Omar hunting him.
Still going to get caught out by the Wall of Replica. Malik, Noob, they're chasing onto additional targets now. Tofu in trouble, but the shapeshift from Ace might actually be able to turn this around as a defensive chrono from Duraccio gets him out of danger. Game of Gladiators wanting to continue this and connecting onto Omar, but he tombstones himself, gets into the bunker, and Tofu going to get turned around on. There we go, with a jump on Celery. The two supports of Gaming Gladiators have been left isolated here as Quest will just keep moving forward.
Yeah, Omar is keeping perfect vision on the Celery as well. He's not going to get away. Look at him. He has so long cast range on this time walk, just chasing after.
Body blocked for days. Oh, where are you going?
Man, that looked so disjointed though for Gaming Gladiators. They were getting chased, getting run down, and then they want to turn and take the fight when Chrono was already expended and they don't have Faceless Void anymore. I think they need a perfect fight here if they're gonna take it. Taking these half-assed fights, not gonna work out for them. And Omar, so confidently going up now. He has the shard time walk as well, so he's just trolling at this point.
Where's he going? Back and forth, up and down, round, and off he goes. Noob will jump in onto the Faceless Void with a silence there. No Manta style, but he will have time walk after coming out of the silence just to barely scrape away with his life. The trouble is, the chase continues. Faceless Void being destroyed by Noob. Another time walk, a jump away, and he heals back up a little bit as the Mystic Flare onto the TA. Oh, the Soul Rip in the heals. He's tombstoned and bunkered. They've kept the TA up and running. He'll jump out and look to fight now. No chance for Quinn to stick around. It's Ace left stranded as Noob will jump again. These blink daggers and damage from Quest keeping GG on their toes.
Yeah, no Lycan ulti yet. He has it soon, but he's gonna lose another of his ancient creeps there. That's 250 gold going over for TA. Getting a lot here in this fight. They are grouping up to try and take a fight though, with Lycan ulti coming up off cooldown. No Chrono.
This is pretty big. It's Aegis timing as well. Roshan's back up as TA2000 and Malik get jumped. Rod of Atos there. Darkseer not able to get any spells out before falling. A buyback from him though. They want this fight to continue. Ace's shapeshift getting into the backlines. Kaori just bodyguarding this TA. He is the brick wall in front of TA2000, keeping the bad wolf at bay. Ace shapeshift coming to an end soon as the impetus shots rain in towards the Undying from super long range. And Gaming Gladiator just struggling to stick onto somebody. Maybe now with the Malik buyback. Rod of Atos with the vacuum back into Noob. Jumps in aggressively. Duraccio, half HP lifted up. Will they be able to finish him off before he gets out of the silence? And the time walk off to the left-hand side. Duraccio gets a bit of distance.
He has Chrono now. If they chase too far, this could be dangerous. But the Exorcism is going. They're pretty strong. Roche is up, so this is still an important place to hold. Neither team losing too much there. The buyback, of course, from Darkseer does cost them a bit. But Gaming Gladiators took a good fight. I think they don't really want to fight without Lycan ulti, but that fight was so long. He only has 40 seconds more cooldown until he has Lycan ulti again.
It's like a 3-minute long fight.
That was a very long skirmish. DP now being the one punished for not having ulti and having a long cooldown. We might actually see Gaming Gladiators be the one just go into Roche here and say, you can't fight us. But I don't think they want to give it away that easily.
And Quest in the area, still sticking around. And his lanes look alright. Mid lane at the river. Bottom lane for GG right by that tier 2. And Quest can have to TP to outpost. Very risky from Noob. Does he insta-blinks. Okay. He's on his toes there, making sure Quinn can't get that jump.
Yeah,
High ground vision here for GG as well.
They did get the third Gossamer cape, by the way. So 3 heroes on Gaming Gladiators have Gossamer against this TA insta-burst. So she has to be a little bit mindful. Almost want to hold the meld until you got your first attack out at least.
Ace with one of the little shamans. Is that the CDR creep?
Yes. Yeah, that's the CDR one. 11% CDR for everyone is honestly pretty big in a team fight like this.
Yeah. If you can extend these team fights super long, get more spells out, get 2 Chronos in a fight. It's Quest with the wraparound play though. Smoking in from the southern side. That's the angle of attack they want. Enchantress and Timbersaw on the right, and the wall will whiff.
Taking high ground.
Duracio's up there with high ground vision as well. Just going to kill off his illusion.
Yeah, tough to chase in there. Quests have to be a little bit mindful. Stepping up onto the portal, very hard to do.
Lift up. Duraccio, time walk, vacuum, silence. The Faceless Void being focused down. Duracio's dead. Quest execute perfectly.
Yeah, that was a really clutch vacuum that pulled him back. Like, I thought that he was just going to be fine, be able to Manta style, time walk off, and maybe Chrono if he needs to, but somehow they actually burst him.
Oh, the Tombstone again, saving Noob this time. Gives a chance to turn around onto Quinn, silencing the Timbersaw, and they've got so much control for him. The damage from the Chakram stolen. Destructive forces out of Quest as they secure the Roshan pit. 3 big kills for them against Gaming Gladiators.
Quest is just showing up and being really strong here in this as well. Like, this is not just Gaming Gladiators, like, not playing that well. Quest are doing very, very well, taking structured fights in the way that they want, and now going back and grab themselves a Wisdom Rune for Malik, push out bottom. So even though he used buyback before, he's pretty happy now getting back his net worth, working on a pipe. And Omar finds salary.
Yeah, Omar's out here hunting. Enchantress, what you doing? Stealing our neutral camps? Get back over here.
He's calling help. He's calling the authorities right now. There's an Ench here. a
Stop!
wild deer.
You're being illegal!
She's not really dying that fast, though. It's taking a while.
Sir, pull the Bambi over!
What's this, GTA 5 RP?
No way can he... yeah! Oh, he gets out of there. He realised they didn't read the Miranda rights to him, so he's like, oh, okay, well, I'm not being detained, I'm not being held. I'm going to TP home.
Am I allowed to TP out? Easily gets to safety.
Miranda rights, yeah! Patrick, observer with a punt. Thank you very much.
Oh, Chrono.
Duraccio, Chrono's up Malik. TA2000 jumped out of there, and the tombstone again. Beautifully done by Kiori. Duraccio silenced this trap, causing issues. Time dilation and jump back. Wall is dropped on him,
Chrono
though.
that didn't get payoff, though. That's
Vacuum
so
in.
costly.
Okay, they don't continue. And you're right, another Chrono busted out for nothing.
And this should lead to an easy tier 2 tower. I don't see how you can defend this at all. Just a very, very complicated situation right now for Gaming Gladiators. They cannot afford these initiations to be on a one hero target. If they only catch Darkseer, that's never gonna work. The Chrono has to be on multiple heroes. It cannot be on a single. Especially if it's on a single hero, it kind of has to be undying so you can actually kill him. Otherwise, he just blinks in and saves whoever you grab.
Honestly, I've got to say, these last couple of fights, it's been very impressive how patient and deliberate TA2000 has been, as they do kill off Quinn in that top left corner. It's like you don't see this TA until it's too late. She's waiting, 10, 15 seconds for Vacuum and Lift and all of these spells to kind of catch out the Void and forcing him to time walk, and then you come in with a Trap Silence and the Blink Meld Strike to actually finish him off.
He's gonna go for a steal here on the Tormentor. Easy solo kill, and that's gonna get them Shard over on the Darkseer now. Actually a very annoying Shard. This Shard is underrated, I think. Like, heavily underrated. If you ever walked in this, you know how bad it feels. It's a 50% slow.
You can't move.
Yeah.
Getting burned and slowed.
It's so tough to chase Darkseer when he has this. If he starts running away from you and you try to chase him, you have to, like, run to the side. It's very awkward.
You get turned into a slug trying to walk through salt. Not a happy situation.
High ground push. Exo coming out. They're trying to split a little bit bottom with the Faces Void, but he's alone down there.
And you've got to break past this TA2000 Aegis and Cheese in hand. And tier 3's down. Melirax focused. I'm trying to clear out some illusions here with Celery's impetuses, but this top lane looks pretty done. Wolves
Yeah, at the same time though, bottom racks, they're losing range racks right now. There's a wolf there, catapult wave. They're losing stuff back at home.
Yeah, Malik's come back to try and defend it. Quest still sticking around up at top as Gaming Gladiators, they're poking and prodding, wanting this fight to break out. Yeah. They are on their doorstep. And Quest's going to back up. And like you said, bottom lane. One barracks down.
So actually it's Gaming Gladiators who pull out a victory there, getting the range racks and not losing their own racks by some nice poke defense by the Enchantress stepping up, and now Quest have to reset a little bit. So an annoying thorn in their side, and keep in mind they're playing against Lycan with Shard as well, so he has those extra wolves added to his side lanes. Now losing one Rax as well, just a range one, means a little bit of issue. And some alt chat here. Miles issue buying a new one on the spot. Celery is Celery is always a funny guy.
Let's get the replacement in straight away. I don't know. It's just such a weird game. I felt like Quest has done such a tremendous job to get these Roshans, get Aegises, top of the net worth, TA looking very good, pressuring top barracks and getting into the enemy base, and then you just look at the other side and like, oh wow, yeah, there's a wolf and a catapult just doing the job we're trying to, but better.
We didn't talk about this, by the way, as well, but the Timber going for Manta style is a little bit of Amar feeling, Amar the F feeling. He used to go for this every now and then, even before Timber became a universal hero. But in this game, playing against both the DP silence, the TA silence from the traps, it's pretty useful for him to be able to have that. And also, being a universal hero, it does add a lot of auto attack damage, so I can't really fault it anymore. He could obviously have gone for a Lotus Orb instead, but I don't think it's wrong to go Manta here. It also allows him to burst the refractions a little bit faster from the TA.
That's clever. I would never have thought of that. There's so many little use cases for this Manta Timber. And Gaming Gladiators, a little stuck in their base. Just Duraccio out on the map farming up towards his Skadi. And there's a Scythe of Vice now for Malik. Huge pickup. And we've I've seen how clean they can be in executing these initial jumps, the disables on the Faceless Void, finding that first pickoff. Adding another layer there is going to hurt Gaming Gladiators a lot.
We'll see if they can find the initiation with it. He's the only one who's not smoked out, though, as the full smoke is coming in here. 4 team members going in. They want to go in and up on the high ground ramp.
Hello. Noob jumps in. Scythe of Ice there, trying to burst into Celery's Enchantress. A little tanky fella, but falls nonetheless, and there's no buyback on him either.
A double hex. It's so threatening. Hex into hex.
I got to maintain the lanes, though. Yeah, Duracho's down here on the bottom lane. Creep wave up the top, closer to the tier 2 than they would like. I do have a die wave coming through mid. Might be something that Gaming Gladiators send some summons out there to try and drag it or hold it back.
Duracho in position to try and split push, but is he going to TP base? He's going to farm the Ancients instead. A little bit worried about going up high ground. That's also a thing. Now that they have 2 hexes, this Void can't split push as safely. If he goes up on that ramp, very likely DP TP's in the Fog War, links in, hexes him, he gets chain hexed. You know, he could definitely die, so he doesn't want to go up on that ramp alone.
Yeah, I was going to ask, you know, seeing him with Skadi in the quick buy, having an ultimate orb purchased, was there a consideration for buying Lincolns as the Faceless Void?
There could be, for sure. I still think he kind of needs Eye of Skadi, though, but maybe it's just you got to go back for like a defensive item next. He's going Butterfly next, which does give some defensive capabilities. I'm thinking that maybe they should have gone for a BKB on him. They have triple Hex now with TA Hex, DP Hex, and Darkseer Hex. This is starting to get to a point that you can't play the game if you don't have BKB.
Yeah, some nasty stuff. It's going to come down to Gaming Gladiators needing that initial jump, find a catch on someone, try and bait Quest into dogpiling, then you get the big chrono.
I think it's starting to make them feel really bad that they didn't go Lotus Orb on any hero. That's also where the Manta Style on Timber could have been a Lotus against all these hexes.
Quest perfectly positioned here, holding high ground. Enchantress Wolf, breaking vision, scouting up into the darkness. And do get some good ward coverage here, which is not spotted by Quest. Celery pinging out, saying, hey, boys, play with my ward, defend the vision.
Duracho, close to the enemy here.
Tucked away, Invis Rune, half duration left. Sees Malik walking by, gets a hit and a time dilation in on him. The Surge Trail left around as well.
Yeah,
nobody really looking to commit. Gaming Gladiators. Maybe thinking about swinging down bottom lane. A lone DP trying to clear out that wave, hold on to the base. Now it's, Quest on the back foot defending their side of the map.
Yeah, they're being pushed back in a pretty amazing fashion here because it feels like Gaming Gladiators are definitely behind in teamfight overall, but this is just the threat of the Chrono. Everybody respects the late game Chrono combo. Like, it hurts so bad to get jumped by this Faceless Void plus a Sky combo. So Quest, a little bit careful about how they take that initiation when they know every single spell is available, though I do think they have the advantage. They find anyone. Quinn is down here. Don't see him though.
And Quest gonna have to start calling pest control or exterminator or something. This is look at that Lycan Wolf. He'll die to the creeps in the end, but he's held this wave back for long enough for a new Radiant wave to arrive. And like you said, Quinn down here as well.
Yeah, just trying to split push. They always need someone on bottom, I think, on Gaming Gladiators. They need someone, ideally, Lycan. They don't really want to have like Timber or Void down there. Lycan can actually send in his wolves, maybe an Overlord creep, and the can't really go up on high ground. Now top, moving towards this Roche. Want to check it, as Roche is going to respawn in 1 minute. Oh, they find the Void, but he gets far enough away.
And Noob was he's there, ready to jump. If Duracho stuck around or didn't get off his spells.
I think if Duracho didn't have the shard for the extra time walk range there, he might have been seen by the DP, which could be dangerous.
Shiva's guard for the Timber. Now a blink for Darkseer. Game Gladiator is smoking back towards this Roche pit. I know how important these fights are. 1.5 minutes until daytime, 30 seconds for Roche to spawn, so we'll have about a minute or so, 50 seconds, of Roche sticking around in one place before he transfers down into that bottom right corner.
Yeah, and this move coming out here, this smoke move, it looks like Quest has realized that they have really good vision on Quest. They don't see anyone in the base, they don't see anyone back in the triangle.
Yeah, nice little Lotus Pool observer ward.
They
Keeping
see the
tabs on.
courier heading top too from Skyrath, so they're pinging right where they are right now. And they see them with a ward over on the pool.
They know exactly what's up. Wolf passes them by. Quest coming in to cut the wave behind.
Oh, this is awkward positioning now. This is
Again.
scary for Gaming Gladiators. They're gonna try and play around the high ground. They're portaling down bottom. I think that's a good call. Maybe they can portal bottom. I don't know, 30 seconds?
Well, there's no time to take Roshan, but the jump in from Noob and Malik, the vacuum onto the Faceless Void, the Scythe Device is there, the Hex, the Force Staff back,
He's
Durantio,
alive.
the Time Walk off the Manta, he's got out! Oh, the great escape! The Tombstone's dropped and Quest on the hunt, looking for Ace and Celery, but they've got themselves a bit of distance now. Gaming Gladiators, they reset, not losing anything, as Noob, the one hunted by the big bad wolf. Spirit Siphons are out. Blink is ready. Jumps up to high ground to get out of the grasps of Ace. The rest of Quest are coming in now as well. Celery
Lycan ulti is
Ace
over.
being eyed up. Lycan ulti is out. And the Faceless Void hexed up again. The physical damage out of the TA. Can they control him up? Can the jump back in with a chrono? Durantio locks onto the TA. Now onto Malik, focusing the dogs here down. And TA 2000, Meld and Refraction, but the Impetus hits a landing real hard. Has to pop the cheese. Eats it up and gobbles it to full HP, but Quinn's on his tail. Chakram slows him down, and Ace is here with a big hit. Kaori's in trouble too. And Durantio, Gaming Gladiators running over Quest in this massive fight. They got the DP kill. The double buyback's out. Quinn slays the Undying. Where
don't have
are they?
buyback on
TA and
Darkseer.
DP bought back, but
2 heroes without buyback right here. They can't fight this. Gotta be careful even on Rubik. He's gonna get away, but amazing fight there by Gaming Gladiators. The way they turned that around, Void surviving the initial jump was so crucial. And I think great targeting overall by Gaming Gladiators in what was a really chaotic fight. Ace said, you know what, guys? I got this. I'm going on the DP. I'll make it easy for us. She's not going to be allowed to run us over. I will chase her down. I will use my ulti to trade against her ulti. Runs her down fully and generates some space for his team, which made it easier there for Timber to play out the game and overall his entire team to kind of escape from a bad situation. And now it's going to be Gaming Gladiators taking Roche.
it is. Magnum Scepter there on the ground as well. That fight recap we saw, the fight lasted for long enough that it didn't show the MVP of the fight, that Hurricane Pike from Celery. The one Force Staff, just to get that bit of distance to allow Durantio to pop out.
Yeah, exactly. Even just getting the distance so that the projectiles don't connect fast enough so you can get your Manta and your Time Walk out. Yeah, that was really important there. Anytime you get hexed up, you know, with this many chain hexes, you need some form of save. Something has to come and help you. And they don't have too many abilities on their team. It's honestly only that one Hurricane Pike. I don't think they have anything else that can really help you here. As far as team abilities go. I guess he has a greater healing Lotus as well in Celery, so if he gets close enough, he can heal you.
I'll pass it over. And Tofu just bought a Force Staff himself, so they're adding another layer of save there. Yeah, huge performance being pulled out by Gaming Gladiators after being behind for so long. Now their one's back in the driving seat.
This is big as well. So Void going for that butterfly got the Trickster Cloak, right? But he's also managed to steal the enemy Wisdom Rune, and they have their own Wisdom Rune to take still. So he's level 23, getting close to level 25. If he gets that backtrack talent, he's going to be very, very difficult to kill. And at that point, he becomes that powerhouse in late game.
Oh, and he is very aggressive here, Durantio.
That's a dangerous jump.
Jumping into Malik. The wall and the vacuum's dropped on him. He does have Aegis. But still going to get hexed up here and focused down by the Force Staff out from Tofu. A little bit of space for Durantio. Maybe the chance for a Manta and a Time Walk. He's getting controlled, though. First life down. The rest of Gaming Gladiators rallying around this. Faceless Void now as Omar gets jumped by Quinn. Noob with his BKB, silencing up this Faceless Void. Ace is there, though, with physical damage. The DP, he's gone. Dead for 100 seconds. No Noob to play in this fight. TA2000 is going to run back to high ground. This is now Gaming Gladiators 5v3 up on the high ground, defeating your base.
They still have Chrono as well, with 2 heroes dead. Chrono up, Lycan here to push. They have AC, they can push super fast. This is just gonna be a straight throne. They're going disciplined. They were throwing a little bit, but smoke coming out here. Only TA and the 2 supports, 2 cores dead. How do you fight into all 5? With Cheese, Chrono? I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I think Gaming Gladiators have done it by some miraculous fighting.
Yeah, they've cracked it. Tier 4's glyphed up, but yeah, still 60 seconds with no DP, 30 without you. Your Darkseer and Mega Creeps, they're going to be coming here as Durantio focuses down this final barracks.
Yeah, playing it very safe, making sure to get Megas before ending, but even so, the respawns are just 9 times.
Yeah, I mean, Durantio Taking a pummeling here from TA2000. Gets the 4 staffs away, and time walks back in with a chrono on the TA, perfectly placed. And GG called, they know it's over, the throne is falling. And game 1 to Gaming Gladiators.
Was a very, very impressive turnaround from what was not a great early game, but it also goes back to the same thing that I addressed early on in the draft here. They picked TA into Void. It's tough, man. When late game comes around, it's just tough. Like, she was super strong. I don't think you can fault TA2000 for anything they did this game, really. He played a very, very good game. He lost the game 7, 1, and 10. He overall had very clean positioning, great impact, but they chose to play into this, and I think the Lycan reaction by Gaming Gladiators as well, adding that extra bit of power push and someone who could run down the DP and just chase her, was very, very clutch for them.
Yeah, vital stuff. I mean, Celery swaps out his mouse and suddenly the game turns around. I don't know what kind of gaming mouse he got handed, but my god, the victory then. On a serious note, super high-level gameplay in this game number 1, right? We talked about picking their moments for these team fights with all these big long cooldown ultis. They're dancing around the Roche pit for the majority of the game. Super fun to watch, these jumps and hexes and baiting by Duraccio. You know, we know he takes a lot of flack from the community, but his ability just to tank spells, know his limits, and make sure with that final Aegis that he dies, but he sets up the entire fight and the victory in the end with that bait.
He did. He baited them out. I mean, it looked like he was just making a misplay overall. He was, playing very aggressively there and didn't really have a lot of friends nearby. But again, 4-staff. They bought a second 4-staff there on Tofu that arrived just before that. So the enemy didn't know that he had it as well. He got it just as that would happen, like 42 minutes in. 4-staff arrives in Tofu's inventory, and that pushed Void a little bit farther out, baiting Quest to come deeper out into the field, and suddenly, boom, in blinks a Timbersaw with Blink Dagger and Shivas, and you can't move. It was overwhelming Blink as well, and at that point, everybody is just stuck in a horrible spot. You can't fight that.
It's like Lycan shapeshifts on your DP. DP's in the middle of like 3 heroes, 20 summons and creeps from Enter and Lycan. Just got obliterated completely. Great turnaround from Gaming Gladiators there, showing some real strong resilience against an oppressive Quest. Still showing they're a top-tier team here in the Riyadh Masters group stage. That's it. Game 1 rounded out. We'll find out what happens next, though. Game 2 after this break.
حتاكل انت تشبع وانت مستمتع وتلاقي الوجبه جايه على الاصول. واو يجيك العيش هش طالع من الاوفن والدجاج يقرمش just the way I love it. وتسوي كده وتسوي كده وتسوي كده مع الحشمه وانت بغراب خفيفه جيب تويستر. انا تجيب لي وجبه الزنجر بس كله يجيب اكسترا تشيز على الكرانشي تشيكن في السنتر. حطلب باكيت حطلب زنجر حطلب مايتي حطلب تويستر. جيب له باكيت جيب له زنجر جيب له الاصلي جيب له تويستر. delicious yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Riyadh Masters group stage, where we've got Gaming Gladiators taking on Quest. Game 2 right around the corner. We've got a couple of minutes, though, Wago, so we can think back to Game 1 and how that all panned out, because it was some pretty high-level stuff.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting game, very difficult to break down, and it felt like everything was going very smooth and flawlessly in the early game for Quest. And they made nice moves. They got Roche. They took good control of the map, stole the enemy Tormentor, played the field, but they didn't close out the game. They didn't get up on that high ground with the Tombstone DP and like hitting the high ground with the TA at the same time. There was some nice split pushing going on a little bit there by Duracho, forcing some people back, and they actually ended up, counter playing the high ground push. But Quest, even though they dominated early game, they just slowly but surely felt like they were not really addressing the urgency that is Void late game. And maybe I'm giving too much credit to Void alone here, because obviously Lycan had great impact and there was like a team play overall. But at some point, even with triple hexes, Void was too much of a problem for them.
Yeah, I mean, you called it in the draft, right? Picking TA into the Faceless Void. Okay, you can have this momentum and the ability to play that wide open map, get yourself the objectives, get yourself a couple of Roshans. But there was that looming presence of the Faceless Void going into late game, and Duracho's ability to, go in and out with his shard, bait people out, kick off fights. Triple Scythe of Ice. Not even that could stop him, which is pretty nutty.
Yeah, I mean, they got the double Force Staff there towards the end, having the Hurricane Pike on the Eng and the Force Staff on Sky. I think those were crucial. Maybe they would need even more saving tools as well. But ultimately, Void knew his limits, had the Aegis, stood in a good position, and he just baited people out to overcommit on him. And after he dragged the enemy out of our base, he just had his team come in and punish. And I think this game was a lot about baiting out ultis, right? Both for Quest and for Gaming Gladiators. There was like baiting out the DP Exo, or baiting out the Tombstone drop, or baiting out the Lycan shift, and then stuff happening after. Overall, though, I think it's just an easier spot once you go late enough into this game for Gaming Gladiators to play out, and Quest maybe didn't play with enough urgency. They were dominating the game, but they didn't really make it clear that they're going to end this game within like a certain fixed time. So we'll see if they take some of that into the next game here, and we'll see if Gaming Gladiators, who have so far only draws, if they can actually get themselves a win under their belt. So they got one game up here, only need one more win against Quest, and they will get their first dubs here in the group stage.
Yeah, got to get them, or else you find yourselves, in tiebreaker spots or just straight up getting eliminated. Honestly, we've seen that plenty during the majors. Very important to get yourself at least a 2-0 somewhere down the line. But yeah, such a patient game, and very well done by Gaming Gladiators to kind of drag things out. Use these pesky, ratting, pushing Lycan Wolves coming out that Quest couldn't really handle. We'll see if things do change up in this draft, though, as Io, Timber, and Primal Beast going to be banned out.
Yeah, he did say last game on mid, Noob said that he has PTSD and why do you pick this hero? So now they ban it out. You can't say stuff like that and not ban the Timber. So they get rid of Timbersaw, don't have to deal with him again. Even though I think they did a pretty good job mitigating the impact of Timbersaw. Like, this didn't really feel like they won because of Timbersaw and the impact of the mid lane.
Yeah. And Broodmother. It's left in the pool. And you've got first pick as Quest.
Oh boy. I mean, you don't really want to give it away here, man. Like Ace plays a nasty Brood.
He really does. I've not played it yet at the Riyadh Masters Quest, anyway.
Yeah, we'll
Curious to see if Malek's a player.
See what they want to go with here. The first phase pick, it's going to be Rubik. So just opening with Omar and his Rubik. He is always so happy to get this. I feel like every game we've watched of Quest, they've been playing Rubik, no? I actually think so.
Yeah, it's definitely been in their wheelhouse for a long old while. But there it is. The Ace Brood. And what's the pairing alongside? The Lion. Okay, so they had this exact same opener against the LGD Brood Lion in that double pick spot. It was against the Timber first pick, but yeah, it's not necessarily a counter pick duo. It's just what they feel like playing. Solid.
Yeah. I mean, getting themselves the Brood Mother is already a nice setup here, and I don't even feel like Rubik is that good against Brood. He's like okay, but he kind of just becomes spiders as well when Brood goes on him, right? And nobody wants that. Lion, though, definitely an interesting pick. I'm picking Naga into Lion? That feels strange to me. feels like you're kind of like giving away,
handicapping yourself.
Yeah, you're playing into a counter. Like Lion gets himself the shard eventually. He's not bad against the Naga even before he has shard, because you can always deal with a single split pushing illusion here and there. And Naga does like splitting all her illusions up and cutting all the creep waves. I don't know, that's a very odd reaction. Obviously, Naga is good against Brood. I'm not gonna deny that, but I do feel like maybe the Lion anticipated this. Maybe there was preparation here by Gaming Gladiators. They're like, you know what? People counter Brood with Naga. We're going to shield it with the Lion. Yeah. And even so, they still take Naga.
That's a good point. Very bold by Quest. I do get these triple bans to make sure that her life is a little easier now, though. Ember Spirit gone. And Gaming Gladiators looking at this, carry Naga. Rubik likely in the hands of Omar as a position 4, so we don't know any of these guaranteed lane duos yet. Whereas this is probably going to be the Tofu Lion and Ace Broodmother in that off lane. They start off with the Mars ban. Make sure they cover a little bit here.
You know what? This is where you bust out the good old Naga carry counter. You pick the Pudge carry.
Ooh.
Gaming Gladiators, set yourself up for it. Ban some heroes that Pudge doesn't like so much here in the second phase. And then you can go for like a fourth pick Pudge. Could be nice. Even last pick is fine. But that matchup is like nearly, I don't want to say unplayable, but it's incredibly bad for Naga. So has been used a lot in the past. We used to see it a lot from Team Liquid. Would use it a lot. But we'll see if Gaming Gladiators go for that, or if they have a different approach they want to take in this game.
They just chase her around the map, rotting on her all the time.
I don't know. I mean, this could also be just a support Naga, honestly. Because when you pick it this early, it can be countered way too much as a hard carry. But Naga support, it's pretty good against Brood. You can still just, song and end snare. You can easily catch him. And you don't really clear the spiders that well, but you can somewhat defend against a Brood push as a support Naga if you get enough items, get some stuff in your illusions, can kind of defend-ish. Better than another support, at least.
What kind of itemization do you go on the Naga, then?
I mean, if you play support Naga, I think you want to play around drums, probably. To be honest, you get yourself bongo boots eventually, and go for some form of bongo boots, a few wraith bands. Maybe you go for a glimmer cape at some point if you want to save people, but I think you don't go for a save item. You just rely on the bongo boots tempo. Well, we'll see. I kind of doubt that this is going to be support still, because Rubik usually a pos 4 and Naga pos 5. I mean, it can be done, but that's very strange.
Yeah, it sure is. We might see that Darkseer come out with this Bloodseeker ban. Also, maybe an indicator of your Slarks and things like that. Slark has been used as a hero that's solid against the Broodmother throughout the game. And Kiro's Phoenix getting focused down. Yeah, Supernova plus the song has been a really good combo that they've utilized just to really secure teamfight victories.
Yeah, we saw it in the first series that we cast of them, and they actually used it really well, just going in, dropping the Phoenix egg, and then, ending the song in time that it will get the stun, but also in time that it gets a little bit of DPS going. They played it really well. So just respecting the 1-2 combo there. Probably one of the few Phoenix players that are getting this amount of respect here in the tournament.
Why are we banning Huskar here?
That is a good question. This is because they want to go for something, I feel. This is because they're trying to pick something that they don't want to get cheesed on, but I don't know. I mean, I guess Naga isn't good against Huskar, I will say. She's pretty bad because she doesn't go for a BKB, which is usually pretty important against him, and the illusions can all get disarmed by a Q. But this feels like they know something that Gaming Gladiators would just do. Perhaps it's just a Huskar with nothing else going, just a Huskar mid. But
the cheesy Huskar pick.
But it, to me, feels a little bit more like they want to go for a certain pick that would be bad against Huskar.
Yeah, I guess it's that spot where you got double pick. Gaming Gladiators have the last pick of the phase with double ban to come out as well. Could have been a cheesy spot for them. Disruptor for now, so they do add in that little combo with the Song of the Siren, Static Storm. Both supports and carry now pretty much guaranteed for Quest's first 3 heroes.
Yeah, solidifies the Naga's position, unless you want to get really weird and do the mid Rubik, of course, which has been done in the tournament. But I don't think you play mid Rubik against Pango mids. It's not fantastic. So,
do we just go back from Malik's Darkseer again? Go full wombo combo?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I definitely wouldn't be surprised to see him go for that. It's an okay hero here. It's not fantastic, but you can vacuum. And at that point, you can try to go for, you know, the Aghanim's play, Disruptor, wombo combo, like you said.
Ooh.
It looked like him, but he's
He's
taller.
purple.
He's taller.
His head's not quite as pointy as a Darkseer would like.
Yeah. The guy she tells you not to worry about Darkseer.
We've got a Darkseer at home. Another hero that's pretty good at catching up with this brood. Now they've got Thunderstrike to give vision, glimpse, telekinesis, and the gap closing of Void Spirit. So they can get into the back lines, hunt for Lion, find Broodmother. And the lane against the Pangos is okay for Void Spirit, right?
Yeah, it's not a bad matchup. Not a bad matchup at all. I wonder if Gaming Gladiators want to try and shift things up here and do the carry brood, by the way. Something that's definitely possible to pick here as well. That would allow them to take something against the Naga lane that, you know, shuts her down a bit, so they could go like Underlord to deal with Void Spirit. Looks like they are going to do carry brood, but it's going to be Beastmaster instead. So don't want Underlord. I think Beast's more important here. Get some vision as well, but also get, you know, a great clear against Naga. Another thing that you can do is just get that Aghanim Scepter, and if Naga summons illusions, you just heal. Because that hasn't been changed yet. You still heal incredibly fast from illusions on Beastmaster. They count as though you're doing damage to a real hero. So basically, yeah, you just win against illusion heroes. Naga is, you know, pretty strong illusions. PL is completely incapable of winning against Beastmaster, but Naga does, you know, have some chance, but it's pretty bad.
Yeah, right. That's the one clip that's always in my mind. Beastmaster against the PL, and the PL had like 3 teammates with him, sending illusions forward, and the Beastmaster just stands there not caring.
Yeah, I've been doing that a lot as well. Just whenever someone picks PL, I feel like they deserve it, you know? PL pickers deserve a Beastmaster with Aghanims, they do.
Get counted.
So, yeah, they countered him a little bit there, and also set up very nicely here now, having the Lion, Pango, and Beastmaster Hawk as well to provide the vision for those ganks. They have very good ganking heroes on Gaming Gladiators, where Broodmother can just keep farming non-stop and become that big threat. Completely expecting her to go for Manta, Harpoon, Nullifier as her 3 big items immediately.
And go for the big right-clicker build.
Yeah. Those are going to be the 3. But the Void Spirit is interesting, though. Like, I don't feel Void Spirit is good anymore. I'm going to be honest. I think that hero, he got nerfed too many times. His spells got nerfed too much. Yeah, you have decent, you know, stat build still to become the right-clicker. But I honestly don't think he's in a good enough spot to justify picking. And I don't know. Maybe it's just a comfort thing. Maybe Noob just wants to play it against Pango because it's a pretty good matchup. You can use your Q when Pango tries to get away or, you know, jump in. You can stop either of his abilities. But I just don't really see it being that effective.
Yeah, it's like he's still flashy and irritating, but overall impact has definitely been neutered by all the nerfs he's had. Legion Commander out. So no chance for Malik there to have that brood counter in his hands. Darkseer gone as well, so his pick's going to be the Tidehunter. Safe, solid pick for them. A lot of team fight for Quest here.
Okay, so this is again going to try and control all the summons here, right? The Tidehunter, just to try and deal with the zoo that is Gaming Gladiators. So you have the Beastmaster and the Brood. Gives them a nice team fight as well. Quest definitely have a nice 5-man, but their split up gameplay, I guess it's decent. You have Rubik, Disruptor, Void ganking around, Tidehunter, and Naga to fix the lanes. It's alright. Their lineup definitely doesn't look weak. I'm just concerned about this early Naga pick. I feel like they have too many heroes now that deal with Naga pretty well, especially picking Naga into the Lion already. I don't know. I see these illusions just becoming pretty useless.
Yeah, so would you say that it's like maybe a soft outdraft so far and Game Gladiators still have 1 pick to go?
I'd say so. Yeah, I mean, even with 1 hero still remaining, I already favor Gaming Gladiators. I think their spot is easier to play out. We'll see exactly what they want to go to round out the draft here. I mean, they still have their pairing together with the Beastmaster. Could go for, Skywrath if they want some damage, if they want to add more magic damage. Pretty common nuker here to pair into it. Or if they want to go for something more melee to go in as well, to give Lion some space. Okay, they go Pugna. Another counter to Naga. Okay. Okay,
Get those shards up, boys. Lion and Pugna with the shards against this Naga.
That's such a Gaming Gladiators last pick right there, the Pugna. This is... Yeah, they do like playing their Pugna. They liked playing it before the majority of people started really hopping onto that meta as well, way back. I like this. I like the draft from Gaming Gladiators. I think this is one of the bigger outdrafts from the games that we have seen so far. We'll see how Quest can play it, though, and how Gaming Gladiators can execute what you have, because drafting is one thing, execution ultimately is what decides the game.
Yeah, and when you've got such a teamfight heavy lineup like this, execution is going to be key for Quest. You know, if you whiff out on one of these ultis, that's your map space gone, your foothold on the map itself gone for a minute and a half, 2 minutes, whatever it might be. Scary times. I guess they can maybe rely on this Disruptor, Rubik, Void Spirit as a ganking trio. Make a bit of space while Tide is holding a lane, sitting in front of a tower. Naga's farming jungle. But then you're getting swarmed by Broodmother, who's so good at pushing objectives, sweeping through jungle, Beastmaster with the vision. And this push power from Beastmaster, Brood, and Pugna is disgusting.
Exactly. It's pretty early tempo. There's a lot of stuff. And honestly, your shove for defending high ground, if you think about it, imagine all the tier 2 towers fall for Quest. Then think about how they're going to deal with being sieged into base. Hawk maybe
Fade
giving
Bolt.
high ground vision. Yeah, they have Fade Bolt and they have a potential stolen spell. Naga just sends in illusions that instantly die here against the Pugna and the Lion. You have Disruptor, who doesn't do anything really. He can put down kinetic field to delay the creeps hitting the tower, but he doesn't really protect against Netherblast. Void Spirit, he's all or nothing pretty much. He commits in and catches someone, or he doesn't really do that much against the push. And Tidehunter, same story. I guess you can go Aghanim Scepter and try and gush the creep waves down, but I see a lot of concerns here for Quest. I think this is a big outdraft. I'm heavily favoring Gaming Gladiators' chances here.
Yeah, so usually with these big teamfight drafts where we're looking at level 6s being hit, utilization of the first ultis, and then that primary item, whether it's a blink or a pipe or something for the Tide, and Void Spirit's Echo Saber, it seems super important for them to get to that point. So if Gaming Gladiators can get a couple of lane victories here and maybe quell that initial sort of initiative from Quest, this game could be over before it starts. Find out how they go though. Game 2 coming up. Gaming Gladiators still needing one of these 2-0 victories in the group stage. This might be the way to get it.
Yeah, they're heading out. Both teams with the smoke out again, going for the ward placements. A little bit of a connection here as they run into each other. Both heading to the other side, trying to drop a ward. Change their mind, run around. Tofu drops a top rune ward instead of a mid ward, so you get at least some vision that's very unlikely to be dewarded.
How much money do you get from these illusions early on? Plus 2.
Yeah.
Because they scale, right?
Yeah, it's 2 times your hero level.
A little bit of cash for salary.
So, eventually, they will start giving a lot of gold. Once you get up to a level 10, level 15, level 20, you're getting 40 gold per illusion, and there's a lot of illusions with mirror image, manta style.
Yeah.
At that point, yeah.
I'm super glad they changed all of the gold values on a bunch of these summons and TA traps and things like that. It always felt so bad spending a sentry for +1.
Yeah. Oh, the TA trap should just be 1 gold. Come on now.
No. They should give me hundreds. Especially once you get shard, those damn things. Tofu and Kaori. Another blast into Thunderstrike. It's going to be Tofu who grabs the bounty rune there. 2 for 2 across the map. This trading just never stops. Kaori, Thunderstrike, a longer cooldown than the Nether Blast. Takes a few more hits.
Yeah, I mean, Pugna is a very tough hero to trade hits with. Even backpacking a few branches here as he tangles up top lane, though. Not getting safely to your lane. Celery trying to just walk up here, but gets grenaded. Grenade again.
Fairy Fire to try and slip away from this, but Malik, pretty speedy. The Tidehunter waddles forward, gets first blood.
I mean, you get grenaded twice. What can you do? It's pretty hard to run away there. That's going to be a first blood, though. And Tide going to be very happy with that little bit of advantage here against Brood.
Look at Kaori and Tofu still at it. Or Career Snipe. Pugna gets that takedown. And still hemming Kaori away from this lane, allowing Ace to have a 1v1.
Yeah, the Disruptor is completely being kept out of the lane. He's got to keep going between the tower here and just chase him. He salves up, but he might get caught again. Not going to get spotted, but the courier will.
Another courier for Tofu. Green skeleton. So bloody annoying.
This is a typical Pugna gameplay from Gaming Gladiators. I've seen this so many times. Just so annoying with our Pugna. Pugna's movement speed and auto attacks. Just trading hits here. I mean, 330 movement speed is no joke against the poor 295. Now his own courier, though. Miss micro. Uh-oh.
Someone call the RSPCA. All the couriers getting taken down. Malik
top.
does get himself another kill, though, up top, yeah.
He has no TP scroll. 30 seconds. So he's going to have to do a little bit of a walk of shame here on Lion as he gets brought down again to this combo of the Gush. The level 2 power spike, of course. Pretty powerful, and he only had level 1 on Lion still.
This Pugna boy is so funny, though. A spooky, scary skeleton. Very irritating to handle. Asput, yeah, 8 in a great spot. 8 and 2 on the Beastmaster. Getting that free farm in the first couple of waves. It's going to be irritating for TA2000. Yeah, look at that. He pops Mirror Image immediately. Nether Blast, half HP on those illusions. Cleared out by the Wild Axes. And the noob is getting tracked back. He's alright.
This is a key thing that a lot of good teams will do against Naga Siren in laning stage is focus extremely heavily on killing the illusions the moment they come out. So instead of trying to harass the Naga herself, just immediately switch your focus, because if she doesn't have the illusions up, her DPS completely dwindles. And she's taking a lot of harass here. This magic damage lane, I mean, this is what you get when you pick Naga first phase.
Yeah.
You get against a lane that has really good spam, and you're just running out of regen here. Like, you're getting some tangles delivered, but this is going to be a very costly lane to stay in.
Yeah, I mean, Kaori had to spend all of his regen dealing with a Pugna, so he's got none to hand over to the Naga. In that mid lane, Pango 16 and 2, Void Spirit about a wave behind, so Quinn starting to lay it on pretty thick here.
Yeah, his Pango, definitely really sharp, really clutch. One of the heroes he enjoys more. If we look at top lane, do you notice anything strange here? It's like something missing. No webs
I'm not too sure, but it might be... Oh yeah, there's no webs. I mean, it might not be a Broodmother soon. Get slapped out.
Yeah.
What's the build then from Duraccio?
So he's going for 2 points in Insatiable because it's just, you know, getting him a little bit stronger, more lifesteal to be able to stand and trade hits. But I am surprised by it though, because the extra movement speed, passive regen from the webs, I also feel like that's quite valuable compared to an extra point in Insatiable. But he's just trying to give himself relevant damage to go for last hits against the Tide. So far though, Tide is winning this lane, not only with the kills, but also with the CSing.
I guess maybe it makes sense there. And Broodmother losing his line a couple of times, just trying to be more self-sufficient. And continue
Rude.
fighting.
Getting jumped again, but she's going to be fine, trying to turn.
Ooh, but that Anchor Smash reducing her damage means lack of lifesteal. Has to fall back. And no regen left on the Brood either, it looks like. Celery's holding a salve, but he's being harassed back by Omar.
He's about to get level 4, and then finally he will have the passive regen of the webs. Definitely going to be scaling them up. I feel like he's missing them right now, because he can't really trade hits with the Insatiable Hunger. I feel like the play to try and go for lifesteal with level 2 Insatiable doesn't work into the Tidehunter. He just Anchor Smashes and wins.
Yeah. An attempted little block on the pull there. Yeah, Omar successful. Celery doesn't drag the creeps back. Just continuing this great time for Malik's Tide.
This is a nice counter, though, that they built up against the Broodmother, going for a double damage reduction lane. This is an old classic, the Rubik and Tidehunter. We see a lot of Rubik these days. Don't see a lot of Tidehunter, but it's just looking very tough. Bottom lane now. I'm looking at TA2000 and his net worth. Let's see, 1700, yeah. He's getting some CS, but his net worth is so low right now. Not able to get away without buying too much regen here.
Yeah, the courier's putting in a lot of work. Ferreting out cells and tangos.
I mean, it's mana boots on the Beastmaster, so both Pugna and him can keep spamming. And because they're pushing in lane, they're also having access to the Lotus Orbs. Or Lotus Pool. Sorry. Imagine if you just found a Lotus Orb. That would be,
Yeah.
that'd be something.
Like a 1 in 1,000 chance to get a full Lotus Orb comes out.
Minute 3. How nice.
Oh, hell yeah. Do the lottery. That's starting to become pretty unfun for Noob in that mid lane, though. 36 and 7 for Quinn's Pango. It really is going to come down to this first Ravage, first Astral Steps. The quest to get up on the board.
A little bit of theft here. Celery takes the rune. Omar trying to go in there and yoink it. Mid lane rotations now. Noob, possibly in danger.
It does get blasted. And Lion keeping tabs on Omar on the back. 6-minute rune's going to be that. Invis rune for Omar. And Noob's, he's even going to spend Astral Steps to get back to Fountain a little bit faster.
Yeah, just wants to get back to that mid lane as the creep wave is about to come in. Omar will be there to catch up some of the experience though, and we see now Naga rotating in, not to the mines, but instead to the well wishes. Honestly, going jungle as Radiant feels so much better than going jungle as Dire. Because down here you get 1.5 mana regen in the well wishes, and I feel like that's way stronger.
Malik getting stunned up with a blood grenade thrown at him. Very tanky though, with phase boots and double bracer. Difficult fella to bring down, and he's just been left there on an island as it looks like the Rubik starts to stack up jungle.
Yeah, the Kraken Shell procs keep him completely safe there.
Glimpsed away. Does get the Nether Ward down to block the bridge. Kaori low on HP. The axes come just in time from Ace.
Yeah, not going to be able to TP out there, and that means TP on cooldown as he respawns. Also doesn't quite have boots yet. 440 gold. A little bit awkward spot for him as he respawns here. Not going to be able to get out to the lane as quickly. And Wisdom Runes being grabbed up 1 for 1. No imbalance there. Again going on Malik.
Another shot at Malik, yeah, but he's level 6 with Ravage ready. Turns straight back onto the Lion. Omar's here with Blood Grenade. Get the kill. Quite simply. Dyrachyo just trying to leech as much life back as he can. Difficult though, like you said, against this Anchor Smash, reducing all that damage.
Yeah, and the Fade Bolt as well. Like, when they pair up like that, he really isn't stealing anything. He has 10 seconds cooldown now before he can fix his HP, get it back to full. He has his Soul Ring now on Brood, so has the sort of infinite sustainability of both HP and mana to be fine. And as bottom lane's being completely abandoned here, Ace is starting to take over, pushing tower, using his Vanguard and his mana boots to accelerate his farm.
Yeah, complete free farm for him. 4k net worth already. Tier 1 tower in a bit of danger as he drags creep waves into creep camps. And Tofu, yeah, leaving that Beastmaster alone. Like you say, bottom lane evacuated, so plays in towards mid with Celery's control. Quite a lot of damage onto Noob. Not full kill threat, but absolutely pissing him off and gets him out of lane, while Quinn... Oh, Ace down bottom, getting a glimpse back. Yeah, Quinn found a kill on Omar over in the Ancients, and I think he's stealing stacks too.
Yeah, Quinn is going for a little bit of big camp stack steal. We saw a Roar bottom onto Kaori, but he walks away with the glimpse keeping him safe. The smoke coming in, trying to find the Naga. We'll see if they're successful. She's farming in the well, but they're not really going together here, and even if they did, it's just 2 supports coming in. More just bothering her. You don't have to kill her to make her annoyed. Just go here and try to, you know, nuke her a little bit, maybe steal something. She gets all the last this thing.
Oh, Kaori's going to die there for sure, trying to drag waves around, but Quinn in the mid lane. Found out by Omar and Noob. Something going the way of Quest there as they take down the big Pango.
Yeah, an important kill, shutting down Pango a little bit there. And I think they do well to just go and focus towards the mid lane and top lane. Top has been working pretty well for them so far. Tidehunter is really strong. Maybe try and play around his next Ravage in 30 seconds as well. As Gaming Gladiators, wouldn't be too surprising to see them make a switch up soon. Perhaps they want to move the Broodmother bottom even. But for now, the Beastmaster is farming up towards his Aghanim Scepter. Has the Staff of Wizardry already. And look at that ancient stack. That is a lot.
Oh, yes. Go farm it up, big boy. Yeah, Dyrachyo's Brood. Yeah, I would love to have easy access into some jungle. Right now, kind of farming small camp and dipping back into the lane, while in the mid, Rolling Thunder and an Earth Spike does push him to low ground, but the chain stuns were there. I mean, that was a frame-perfect execution, not allowing him to cast a single spell.
Yeah, they have such good disables. Very hard for him to get away, and even Omar has to be careful here. He gets the Swashbuckle steal after using the W as well, so he'll be fine. Kaori, though, under a Hawk.
He's scouted out by the Pugner. Look at this again. Deja vu. Getting chased back by Tofu. Nowhere's really comfortable for Quest right now, apart from Malik in that top lane, who's going to sit there for days.
Yeah, and right now we see a TP back in towards mid as the focus is on this mid lane by Quest, bringing a lot of heroes and finally getting some space for Naga to farm up, but she is at the bottom of the net worth, and so are all 3 of their cores. They are very close with the Tide and the Brood kind of just swapping places now. Now he's ahead. But look at the Beastmaster. 6.4k net worth at 1040. He is huge, absolutely massive. And he's going to stack up the other Ancient now after clearing the first one. This Aghanim's going to hit early.
Yeah, nice little bit of micro up top from Dyrachyo, making sure the Spiderling army not going to get slain by the Anchor Smashes. And there, like you've been saying, we see Ace stacking up another Ancient camp. Oh, all the spiders look like they've died up top lane. Malik really does pack a punch with his double brace of phase boots build and a ravage straight into Duraccio. Back up from Noob and the jump from Omar, looking to kill off the Broodmother, but the Earth Spike, nah, not going to save him. Telekinesis is there, and the final swipe from Malik's Tide gets the kill.
They're coming in with a possible roll, but probably just trying to defend the tower. They don't want to give up map control here. Losing access to his tower would be bad for them. They have the roll, they have the diff blade. This really hurts for the Tide. He can't do anything.
Gets a little bit of distance with the Kraken Shell popping, but the Finger of Death goes straight through that natural hide armor he's got.
Such a big power spike when the Orb of Corrosion, Diff Blade come out. You have a lot of minus armor, and on top of that, burning all the mana. So even a hero like Tide doesn't want to get hit. Corey mid, it jumped. Glimpses him back.
This is going to be one of the fastest acts we've seen on Beastmaster, like, ever.
It's just a solo kill, I think. Oh,
Yeah.
the haste rune is
Haste rune.
gonna be enough.
Can he? Can he get away?
You can Q him, maybe.
Oh, Quinn baited in. Noob and Omar there, ready to strike. That haste rune. Just handed to him by the gods.
Yeah, that was nicely put kinetic field, though. And ultimately, he manages to outplay Quinn there and gets some help by his teammates coming in as well. So they're now gonna mount up a bit of a push mid as the best defender of the towers is currently dead, the Pango. And yeah, like you said, this definitely one of the fastest Aghanim Scepters I've seen in a while. He is only 120 gold away now, and once he has that, it's like a Radiance on crack. It's just way too strong, man. Like,
Yeah.
you farm so fast, and not only that, you destroy heroes. So it'll give him the confidence to start playing more aggressively, not just hide away in the ancient area like he has been.
Oh man, I wish we had the JJ and Booker layer thing to see how many Broodmother Spiderlings have died, because Malik just jumps into the middle of them and kills an entire swarm of them.
Hey, almost one-shots the Spider Lynx even. The Spider Rides insta-die to him.
That's pretty solid. I just had a flashback to that old Beastmaster Ags build, though. I remember now the mid Beastmaster with the Arcane Soul Ring into Ags. It used to be pretty quick.
You mean
back
the
then.
old Wild Axis build?
Wild Axes, yeah.
Right. Might see a play here onto this Broodmother. Glimpse is coming in. They can pull him back.
Yeah, into the kinetic field. Trap the spider inside. We've got plenty of disables for him with that Ether Remnant. Catch him out with the damage. There we go, with Quest finding another kill. Things going well for them. They're taking these little victories where they can, while TA2000 is farming up a storm.
They're doing a good job. Right now, though, we can see the intention of Gaming Gladiators. Smoke up the Beastmaster. He's done farming. He's joining the fray. Currently, it's been Quest who's been playing a lot around their offlaner. But for now, they're engaging here. And good read, though, by Quest. They're avoiding it. They get the top tower, and then they get out. So the smoke not connecting to anything. And we can really see in this game as well why teams enjoy picking Disruptor against Brood. Like, that glimpse is so valuable. You think you can just run away in your webs? No. You can just Q him, get vision on him, and pull him back in good time.
Yeah, super nice. Rushing Aghanim Scepter as well on Disruptor. Try and get these big wombo combos going. That's what their lineup is really suited to do.
Oh, yeah.
Song, Static Storm, Ravage.
It's terrifying, honestly. If you get songed and you have multiple heroes nearby and there's Aghanim's Disruptor, that could just spell, like, GG for that team fight. You're not winning it.
And again, that's kind of how Quest have been playing, picking these single moments in the game. 20, 25 minutes in, a single team fight gets them a Roshan or that map space they need. And they're really good at converting that one team fight victory into bigger things.
Oh, the ancient stack has been spotted here by Quinn. Goes in, nukes it, wants to farm it, and as all their heroes are around, we're just gonna have to see Quest give it up here. The leeching experience with Disruptor, trying to get anything he can out of it at least.
I made these.
Yeah, please. You don't get any stack gold anymore when the enemy farm it.
Upsetting. Poor Disruptor.
You know when they added that, it actually worked that way. If you stacked a camp and the enemy farmed it, you still got gold for it. It was... Oh, solo kill mid.
My investment. Oh, you're right. Straight on celery. Noob making the most of this new Echo Saber pickup. But look at Gaming Gladiators. They're straight in the pit. They see 2 heroes show mid, 1 hero show down in bottom lane. I know, it's pretty free.
Yeah, especially with the disarm as well, the minus armor. Just bring this down. I don't think we're going to see a rotation over there, but instead trying to make the most out of this time, just farming up. Let's have a little bit of an item check as they're taking this Roche without any contest. Looks like Like a Siren, working on that Manta style. Has enough money for it right now, but not purchasing it. Oh, his courier. Ah, you got his courier sniped. That's painful, delaying his timing here. He has 2.9k gold right now and doesn't have the Manta in inventory.
Oh, it's a bit painful. Bit of pain in the mid lane. Stolen Earth Spike. Ether Remnant. Not quite going to catch out Quinn. He had Lion in behind him as well.
Fantastic spell to have, though, with that Ether Lens. Having the extra range on the Earth Spike.
Malik. He does have Ravage down here, and Quest are maneuvering into position. 3 heroes caught up in the tendrils, the stun from the Earth Spike, connecting, and in comes Noob. Tofu in trouble, but the Roar is there. Can they take down this Void Spirit, though? That's the question with Dissimilate. He's very slippery. Gets back on top of Tofu, focusing the Pugna down, and they get the takedown on him. TP out from Noob. Not successful, though. Gaming Gladiators.
Minus
2
blink.
core
He's
kills
gonna get
for
him.
them.
Oh,
They find
he doesn't
a
blink.
courier snipe. The Hex is there just in the nick of time from Celery. 3 in a row as Kaori is trying to slip away on the right-hand side of the map.
Yeah, he's gonna hide, but he doesn't have a TP scroll. He used his TP, had to cancel it or got it cancelled, and now he in courier scouting him. Pugna is actively microing to try and find him. This is not a coincidence. He sends it down here just to scout, keeps his courier alive, and oh, okay, he's gonna lose his courier to the Tumblr's toy as he hops down in the little pit. He gets the courier kill.
Bit cheeky. And Tofu's coming down here looking for revenge, though.
Ships in the dark. They don't see each other.
Straight past each other, yeah.
That was actually as close as you can get without seeing each other, pretty much.
On the very brink of that fog of war.
I'm concerned, Gareth. I'm very concerned here for quests. They are losing map control, and now with the pipe as well as the Vit booster over on the
courier
Beastmaster.
snipe. Kaori, come on. Oh, you need so many hits as a ranged hero. You'll get one of them.
He's making the most out of his situation, not being able to TP base. He's doing a bounty hunter roleplay.
Tumbles away. Glimpse across. Kaori still out of vision, hidden away, but Celery, hey, he's going to find him eventually, right?
Give him the finger.
Come on. Get over here. Hello, Disruptor. The Static Storm drop with a Thunder Strike.
He doesn't want to die.
Is he going to solo kill this line? Nah, Quinn comes in and says absolutely no more nonsense.
There's no way he's getting that solo kill. He had Magic Stick as well, holding it, just chilling. TA 2000, summoning Illusions, trying to push out mid, but that's where you see Ace just running there as well. He's just running, actively hunting people right now on Ace.
This is where that steamroller is like slowly moving towards you and you're stuck in the cement.
Rubik.
Unable to do anything. Rubik taken down. Lion and Pugna make short work of him, and Malik in trouble as well. Gaming Gladiators bringing their forces into this bottom jungle.
I like the choice here. They're going Blink next on Beastmaster. A lot of times with this Agnes build, we see them go full tank build, but I think he's tanky enough already. I don't think that you need to be even chunkier. You just get some stuff for catching, because right now, Quest are attempting to play some Rat Dota. They're trying to push out side lanes. They're trying to, avoid confrontation, and there's no better item to punish the opponent than Blink, maybe at Travels, get yourself these items to punish people who try to hide.
Yeah, what's the state of the game where... Oh, is this an illusion bait? Tier 2000 sent one behind, and that might... Yeah, he gets jumped. Lion spends his hex on it.
Not again. His courier died again, Gareth, this time with the Orchid on it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he has most of the components, but he does not have the Copium. The Copium was on the courier. He's not going to get it for 2 minutes. So first he gets his Manta delayed by what looked like about 2 minutes, and now he gets his Orchid delayed by about 2.5 minutes. His Naga's not hitting her timings, and she's playing into counter picks. This is tough.
Right, I was just about to ask you, what is the timing? What is the state of the game here? The Quest says, okay, we go in, we ravage. Malik says it's now. Right here, onto the Broodmother. Trying to catch out Duraccio, the BKB, the healing, the insatiable hunger, not going to be enough. Now Ace, the focal point. They're going to try and burst down this Beastmaster, and Malik with a double kill. Even without this Naga's timings, they're still hitting their stride with a teamfight prowess.
That was really clutch. They got the Beastmaster before he gets Roar out. If he roars, he quickly gets all the charges for the Aghanim Scepter. He had no charges on the Ags there when they went on him, so he wasn't healing at all. Now they're chasing for more. Even gonna find Tofu, slap him up with the whip even.
He's gonna get glimpsed back. Malik and TA 2000 right on top of this. Little skeleton man and Quest. Right, come out of that shell a little bit there. A stolen Nether Ward. That looks like we've got a little bit of lag as we try and reconnect things up, and try and get Wagga back in here as well. Looks like we lost him for a second. Oh yeah, Quest doing their best. We've seen how good this massive team fight can kind of overwhelm Gaming Gladiators if they're not ready for it.
That was a perfect timing right there to pause by the players, because my Discord decided to crash and restart itself, and the players decided to pause as well. So thank you, players.
Yeah, they had a bit of lag as well. Probably the same thing, honestly.
Yeah, that's very possible.
Yeah, good first showing, really, from Quest's big team fight. Aegis on this Pango not really being utilized that much. 20 seconds left on it.
Yeah, they haven't gone too much, and Quest are doing a good job under the situation that they're in. It's still an advantage over here for Gaming Gladiators, but we see good utilizations of the Ravages. I want to say Malik, his decisions on when to Ravage have been really on point. They always have people close enough to punish whatever he catches, and they're getting closer to the big thing. The thing that matters the most here for Quest is getting this Agnum Scepter on Disruptor. Once you get that, you can deal with the BKB Broodmother very easily, possibly, if you get the Song go in. So they're only 1,000 gold away now on Disruptor, and when he gets that, I think fights are going to be a little bit easier for them.
Yeah, honestly, pretty wild to see how well he's got towards it. Okay, he's not upgraded boots, he's just got a wand and some wards. No Philosopher's Stone or anything, and still getting pretty close to it, just 20 minutes in.
Looks like we're actually seeing Duracho do a little bit of a different approach to the Broodmother carry build as well, as he, of course, went for the Echo Saber into the BKB. I understand the BKB in this game, it's very, very good, instead of the Manta style, but he's going for a straight Butterfly here as well, not opting to go for that Nullifier build. We'll see if it's going to work out well for him. Of course, getting that evasion, very useful here against Naga Siren, but could also always enjoy a Nullifier. Not too much to nullify in this game, but the armor protects you a lot and the damage is really good.
Yeah. Now, once they all respawn up, we'll see what Gaming Gladiators do, because right now Noob is snatching Wisdom Runes.
Yeah, not only that, when he jumped in for the Wisdom Rune, he coincidentally jumped over Quinn's Courier, sniped that one as well, and then got the Wisdom Rune. That turned out to be the perfect crime right there, as he gets to safety as well.
Oh, very fortunate. Ravage still about a minute off, but a halberd being delivered to Malik here. Very irritant force in these fights with the Vlad's halberd, blink dagger, so he can jump in, control up this Pango or Brood, give a bit of coverage to the Nagasaran to let her do her job.
Yeah,
a couple of seconds and Orchid's going to be finally delivered.
It's pretty cool to see, Gaming Gladiators struggle against the Tidehunter, because usually, Ace Tidehunter, probably one of the most impressive Tidehunters I've seen. Top vision on Kaori. They jump in with a roar.
Straight up. Blink roar. The drums are being banged. And the Finger of Death helps Ace get the kill. 3 stacks up on Celery now.
Not the worst hero to lose to a double ulti combo like that, but he was only 600 gold away from his Agnum Scepter. Losing 100 gold and being dead now, not making more progress towards it. Just slow it down a little bit. At least they can play safely now, knowing that the Roar and Lion ulti is on cooldown, so probably gonna see Noob get a little bit aggressive bottom.
I mean, right now, do Gaming Gladiators want to try and speed things up and play aggressive, keep the tempo going? Or do they want to slow down and hit the next set of items and wait for Roche?
Yeah, looks like Gaming Gladiators, they have their eyes on this top tower. They just want to keep shoving here. Keep pushing.
Bang, bang, bang. Beastmaster bongos, the drums are slump. March into the beat of their drummer. And back and farming jungle with Quinn. So they do take their foot off the pedal a little bit. Just reclaiming territory back on their side of the map. No, Miss Broodmother is still out there farming. I guess Quest are in a situation here where they probably want to be the ones smoking out and using these teamfight ultis whenever they're off cooldown to get that little bit of leeway.
Yeah, you want to try. I mean, right now the game is in a state where it's all about pushing out map. You see all the heroes kind of forcing out creep waves wherever they can. A little bit of a move towards bottom now by Gaming Gladiators as Quest retake their Ancients area. Trying to deward, check for any vision in the area.
About a minute until night time. Roche could be up in 30 seconds. Gaming Gladiators not getting any wards or anything down here. I think about stepping through that twin gate up towards top, but you see Quest already in position with observer wards and a couple of heroes ready and waiting for them up north. Butterfly's nearly done for the Broodmother now as the Pango gets his Manta delivered.
Yeah, the siege is starting bottom. They're tipping out on Gaming Gladiators, tipping in on Quest to defend it. So Root has to be a little bit careful if she stays in the area. A very nice rune here for Quinn. Finds the Arcane rune on the Pangolier. Maybe they will try and take a fight around this. They do have vision bottom, so they see that Quest TP down to defend. They know everyone is down there now.
And a pretty quick spawn on Roche as well. 20 seconds to go. Still sticking around down here as Noob. Pretty deep. But he's such a slippery devil. Tons of escape mechanisms. It'll be quite hard to catch him. Especially when you've got no real vision over him.
Yeah, difficult, but at the same time, they saw people walk away and leave, so they're kind of shoving towards the tower at least to see what happens if they just push it. But looks like they're concerned about a possible smoke gang. They haven't seen a hero for a long time. Easy for us with bird's eye vision say like, yeah, you could just take that bottom tower. People TP'd in and then they ran away. Tower is pretty free, but they haven't seen a hero for a while now as Quest are playing in Fog of War over on their triangle. So that's what we see right now. Gaming Gladiators back up, play a little bit safe, take the high grounds, and try not to get smoke ganked.
Yeah, they just see a couple of mud golems fall flat down in that bottom jungle. I know someone's down there, but apart from that, it's all darkness.
And Disruptor has the entire Aghanim Scepter, so I think Quest are the ones who want to look for a fight right now, trying to lead with Tidehunter and Naga, and then follow up with Kaori. This positioning is so important here on Disruptor. He needs to be close enough to follow up the song, but he cannot get jumped first. It would be a disaster.
Now this Roche fight is pivotal for both teams. Quest, the ones that can show off their prowess, and all this team fight capability.
Quest just want to see
a little bit.
They just want to see a chance here to use a big song, so probably gonna try and use the Tidehunter to give that, but looks like they're a little bit scared of taking a fight in an area where they don't have any wards themselves, and also playing into the Beastmaster, worried about the Hawk. They're gonna back up, and that means they're starting Roche.
Yeah, they're gonna come and clear out mid. Top lane's being pushed in as well.
They smoke.
They do 5-man smoke though, just leaving the lanes. Have these Naga illusions try and contend with the creep waves. As like you say, Roshan started with a DD Brood.
I don't think they're in time because of this DD rune and all the minus armor. This goes down fast.
It's going to be pretty close here.
Smoke revealed by Lion.
Leading the charge, Roshan down, Quinn grabs the Aegis, Cheese on the floor, and Ace pre-BKB
Oh,
to make sure he
Aghanim's
doesn't get summed up. There's the Static Storm though, the combo coming in from Quest. Naga Siren getting shredded though until the Ravage gives the coverage. Protects the TA2000 Naga and they turn on to Quinn. Pango in trouble, gets the disarm down. Malik still standing strong, but the Naga has fallen. Aegis claimed up as Quest still continuing to fight, but the Finger of Death blasts the tide, and Noob, he's got to turn tail and run. Void Spirit wants out, but Celery has the catch, and the damage is there from the rest of Gaming Gladiators. Really well done to counterplay that teamfight initiation.
Yeah, they're hunting for more as well. Getting into D-ward here and chasing, but they're just gonna go straight towards towers here. And in that fight, you could see how much the Beastmaster does. Like, there's a reason that I was talking so much about the Beastmaster and his Aghanims. As they chase for more, don't think they're gonna find Kaori. TP's on their corner, maybe again. Ooh!
Well, howdy! What you up to over here, Disruptor? The Shard on Lion as well. You can't do anything against them. Just stands his ground, drains your mana, and now Dyrachyo and Ace will come in to clear up.
In that fight, the Beastmaster did twice as much damage as the Broodmother did. He did 4,000 damage in a team fight. And a lot of that just coming out from the Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, and he pre-BKB to make sure that when that Aegis fell, he could grab the cheese, not get songed up.
Yeah,
doesn't get clipped by the Static Storm.
Great presence of mind by Ace. If he didn't BKB, that could have been a disastrous fight, I think. But Ace just, you know, they saw them, right? The smoke reveal was there by Celery. He blinked out. I think Celery was an important component there. But the reaction of using that BKB by him was pretty damn good.
Quest is still out on the map. They saw the Spiderlings. They know Brood is nearby. And they can't keep vision on her, though.
Wisdom runes. This time gonna go both towards Dire. Which is fair. Last time they didn't get a single one.
Oh, Celery and Quinn. 2-man smoke, roping into bottom lane. Noob's making the call to retreat. Don't get caught out. No stranglers. No one left behind, but he's got caught himself. Hex into Earth Spike. 4 staff back, and he's still got steps and Dissimilate.
Yeah, they're running down, just pushing here. But Quest, I don't see any way they can defend it. They're trying to do something, but I think ultimately you just have to give it up. You don't have Ravage quite yet. 15 seconds.
No way, stop this tier 2 take.
Noob is trying to set a trap here for anyone who walks up on the ramp, but I don't know if Lion is going to walk that way. He's around. He's close. Ooh, BKB.
For the D-ward. Quinn? I'm thinking about it. Putting the fear into that Void Spirit.
Could be costly not having BKB there.
Middle tower is under attack.
This could be the high ground push that Gaming Gladiators need. Cheese still on the Pango. Malek will take out the Spiraling Army as Duraccio BKBs and gets a couple of free hits on the tower.
Pretty aggressive.
Brood Mother.
The aggressive trade of his BKB himself, though, on the Brood, so maybe they think better of it. I don't know if they can really break high ground quite yet. Of course, not having the Aegis anymore. You have Cheese, but you really want that Aegis. And we see Celery TP top and just kill all the illusions as fast as he can. Uses Hex, Mana Rain. We see why this Lion is so damn good against the Naga, but you chose to play into it. I don't know. I still have yet to see this Naga have the impact that you want from a first phase carry pickup like this. She has only been part of 3 kills.
Yeah, I mean, she's done like a little bit of map control. That's just been the song, really, that's been a vital part of this tier 2000 Naga pick.
It's less than 1 KDA per 100 CS, Gareth. That's low value. The real comparison is the kill per CS. Kill per net worth.
Yeah. The net worth impact. Spend all that money for what? Omar? Stepping out of his base just for a quick little ward. Gaming Gladiators really utilising this entire map very well. Back in their own Ancients, Broodmother's continuing to accelerate. The other 4 ready to fight at the drop of a hat, getting the D-ward with their gem that Lion picked up a while back.
Yeah, I really love
top left corner.
That's something that Gaming Gladiators do a lot. They pick up early gems just to get map control. I think they are one of the teams who value vision advantage a lot in Dota, and could be a big reason to their success, honestly. It's just the way they understand how to clean out the map. Because look at Radiant right now, and try to understand, what's Radiant's vision on the map right now? It's nothing. They don't see shit, Gareth. It's dark, alright? You see your Naga illusions go out, and they try and push a lane, then they just die to Hex or Mana Drain. That's it. That's why you see them clump up now, because it's terrifying. It's scary in the dark.
Oh, really? The map is dark and full of terrors.
It is.
There's all kinds of wild stuff out there.
It is. At the same time, you look over to Gaming Gladiators. They got spiders running around scouting. They got a high ground ward over here that they're now setting up a trap over on this guy. Poor Kaori. This guy go down.
Straight up BKB and shred the Disruptor. Dead with buyback. See if Gaming Gladiators really push the limits here and go high ground again. And all 3 waves are trending towards Radiant Base, something that Quest have to go back and maintain right now.
At the same time, it doesn't feel like it's a sense of urgency here from Gaming Gladiators. They have very good late game, honestly, and I think that they can comfortably just sit outside the base like this, choke out Quest until the advantage keeps building. They're 20,000 gold ahead right now, and I don't think they have any stress going high ground. Just gonna take the next Roche, and that's gonna be the moment for them to siege up the enemy base.
Yeah, it feels like one of those situations where really Quest's primary way back into this game is some...
Oh, close.
What happened?
The roar, just animation on the primal roar onto Void Spirit. He TP'd out. That was very close.
Lifted his hands, did he?
Yeah, waved a little bit.
Yeah, that Quest, they need this, big hammer to land down on Gaming Gladiators with their massive team fight. And if Gaming Gladiators don't give it to them, then all these team fight long cooldown ultis kind of being wasted, sitting there unused, gathering dust in the toolbox. They do smoke out of their base. It's just uncomfortable though. Like, do we hold this high ground at our Ancients? Do we go back to the far left side? We've got to clear out waves first.
It's an impossible smoke. They already knew about it. You can see Gaming Gladiators, all 5 of them, grouping up together. They're saying, okay, you're smoking. Well, it's kind of awkward that bottom is not being defended with like 7 spiders and a creep wave hitting it, and nobody defended top as well. So yeah, the thing about Dota, you really can't go for those smokes without pushing lanes. They can't push lanes that easily, due to a lot of different factors here. Primarily the Naga Illusions just not being a reliable push, since either support can kill them instantly. Beastmaster kills the Illusions really fast, and Pango also deals with the Illusions. I don't know, this is just very, very tough.
Should never have leveled up Mirror Image in the first place.
that's the real bait and switch. Not only a support Naga, but just max something else. End snare and stats support Naga.
That's the way.
It is not the way. Don't do it, chat.
Get the shard, get the greaves, get the holy locket, get the heals.
And as we see, when one team is controlling the entire map like this, their advantage keeps building. They're still staying somewhat relevant in net worth here on Quest, but the advantage keeps ramping up bit by bit. Courier gonna die again, possibly.
Ooh,
even all the way up there. Still in range.
Miss.
Just stopped microing it there. He was like, yeah, it's safe over here, but no, Celery will happily kill that courier. That's 550 gold and more time that Naga can't purchase her nullifier that she's going towards. We haven't talked about it too much, but the saves from Pugna, you know, he's got Pavis, Glimmer Cape, Force Staff, Decrepify. You're not killing anything without that nullifier. Not if Tofu can help it.
Right, he just never shows himself in the fight here. The Tofu's always skirting around the edges with the line, playing from fog. Just allowing Beastmaster and Brood to be that bulwark in front of them. Next, Roshan is up. Gaming Gladiators much more focused, like you've been saying, on this map control, just hemming Quest back in their base, trying to limit how much space they have to actually get out and farm on these heroes.
Noob, going for a Wisdom Rune. This is like the one play he can make right now. Go get something. He's gonna go for another little steal here.
Oh, yeah, tasty Wisdom Rune.
And towards his level 20. Always nice.
Farm up some engines on his way back as well. Nullifier for him queued up too. Not that far away from it.
They have Nullifier now on Naga. She managed to get herself out there and buy it manually as her courier is still dead. But now Roche spawning. GG or Gaming Gladiators. I'm not calling GG. It's not over yet. Gaming Gladiators gonna move over there and get themselves that refresher. Jeez, and Aegis. Refresher, man. I'm not even sure who gets it here. They have a lot of good candidates.
Hey, you got like double BKBs, double roars. Who wants it?
Refresher, maybe Brood here for double BKB probably. Yeah, he's keeping it, I think.
Looks like it. Well,
it's very nice after the Aegis. He can always swap it in, get another BKB going then.
Heard a glimpse. I don't know if that was on a boar or what.
Oh, they TP'd bottom. They TP'd bottom to defend and got glimpsed back top. But it was just Beastmaster. He has his Aghanims. He has his travels level 2 with Octarine though, so his TP cooldown is not very high.
And disarm on the Brood. Stopped Tarantia from hitting that tower for a couple of seconds, but now with the Assault Cuirass and move forward. I need the glyph here, Quest. Nargasaran still out on the map. Not coming back just yet. Might leave this tier 3 to fall and look to defend a little deeper inside their own base. Gaming Gladiator is being very defensive with their move.
They have that double nullifier now though, and they have the Naga Song of course into Disruptor Aghanims combo, so Quest looking for a chance to set up here, but if it's only Brood, that's not a good target to go on.
And just watching your buildings collapse. The foundation's been crumbled here. And Gaming Gladiators being wrapped around on by this tier 2000 with a song. Ace trying to hide in the tree line.
Up, though.
Yeah, there's no big connection here from Quest. They'll go for the Pango in the back, trying to ravage them up, aiming for Quinn. Omar traded out. Kaori's dead. They've attempted to get on top of Gaming Gladiators here, but they're so damn tanky.
Yeah, they hex up the Void.
They're still up and running. The Void's going to dissimulate away while the Brood goes in onto the Nargasaran now. They've got the stun to connect, the turnaround play to save TA2000, gets her away from danger. But you've spent everything to get a solitary kill, while Gaming Gladiator is still running towards your buildings. Ty coming back with a TP forward. He's stunned up. Nullifier on the Beastmaster. Broodmother does lose the first life. Aegis down. Oh, Ace! He's not surviving. The drums not working out for him. And Quest are holding their base now. Catching up the Broodmother. Big ticket kill to take. Noob went into the back lines trying to catch him out. As Duraccio, he knows there's no escape, so he tries to play aggressively to dive in deep, but he is stunned and killed.
Wow, that actually works out in the end. It was a little bit costly with the buybacks, but not that bad, actually. The initiation looked a little bit scuffed for them, but they did bring down the Pango. That was the important hero to remove. A lot of the teamfight control disappears when the Pango dies. He didn't even get a chance to use his cheese in that fight. He died very, very quickly. And after that, they just kite. The Broodmother tries to lock onto a target, but Tidehunter, not the best hero to hit to begin with, and with the Force Staff from Rubik, keeping people alive. Also, again, Omar. Him on his Rubik, man. Every single game I watch him on his Rubik, big impact. This Earth Spike that he has stolen as well, he does so much with it. The positioning play from him with his Blink and his Force Staff. He's kind of the unsung hero, I feel, of their team.
Yeah, it pulls stuff out of the hat consistently. I guess there is the situation that Gaming Gladiators were kind of hesitant to actually go up and face, right? They were being very deliberate with their sitting back, farming, not going for this rash push up to high ground, waiting for Aegis and Cheese. But even holding Aegis, Cheese, Refresher Shard, they're walking up into the high ground defender's advantage of buybacks and massive team fight really overwhelmed them.
I think the worrisome part here for them is that they didn't actually get caught in a very bad song. They were really split up, and the song didn't like group anyone to get a nice connection. They, survived online initially, and the only one they lost to the song initiation was one core, which isn't that bad for an Aghanim song initiation, but still, if you can't protect the Pango because of that nullifier, no matter how you try with, Force Staffs, Glimmer Capes, Pavises, nothing does anything, then this has to put a little bit of worry in Gaming Gladiators. That was not a poorly executed fight, and still they got destroyed. Quests feeling a little bit more in control now. Also, the Shivas from this tide, it mitigated so much of Beastmaster's healing. We could see when the targeted Beast there, he had a lot of charges on his drums going, but ultimately he didn't heal anything at all really because of that minus 40%. Not able to... or minus 25%. Well, not able to get his HP back.
Yeah, it's massively impactful. And now they're adding another layer in here as well with a blink on Disruptor. So that will give the option for Naga to go pretty deep into the ranks of Gaming Gladiators and have these two supports follow through a little delayed. But Gaming Gladiators looking to try and hammer this nail into the coffin. They have been leading this entire game. It's looked very smooth for them until this last team fight, and they will get a catch with Ace, the Roar onto the Disruptor.
Oh,
but
that's
now,
a big turnaround. 2 core heroes.
This is dangerous. 2 cores inside the Static Storm. The Stolen Earth Spike stunning them up, and the Ravage is there, so Ace and Quinn falling quickly. Noob with a double kill in the chase. Disruptor glimpses back Celery. Tofu, I don't know, he's trying to TP out. He's stunned up by Omar. Caught out, pants down. An ultra kill for Noob.
They're doing it. They're actually turning it around really, really well here, and this is just go time for them. Everything is opening up. 4 kills. Root is just running away, no friends alive, and the Arcane Rune on Void Spirit is giving some chase. Omar leading the way. I don't think he can reach that though. Both Blink and Force Staff on cooldown now. Yeah, this is exactly what was worrying for them. That if they lost the fight when they didn't stack up, what happens if 2 core heroes happen to be next to each other? The song came out perfectly there. Disruptor was close enough. This is just disaster for them. They had a 23,000 gold lead at the highest, I think?
Yeah, it's down to nothing.
With Aegis and Cheese, now it's 3k lead, and this absolutely just feels like their game to win now on Quest.
Yeah, 2 fights in a row. I think it was 6k swings apiece, plus all the towers and the map control you get. Now Quest the ones on the enemy high ground, taking tier 3. Wild stuff. Quest just executing these team fights to perfection. Duraccio, there's nothing he can do to stop these buildings falling. I can glyph and delay things, but with catapults, Naga Siren, melee racks will fall in the end.
Yeah, and they get the racks, get out cleanly, and keep persevering here, just holding their advantage. And so much gold now being injected into all these heroes. The Naga Siren already swapping out her power crest as well. She's building towards an Aghanim Scepter next, as she is already 6 slotted here with the Bloodthorn and Nullifier.
Completely stacked.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see too much real in action, but you know what? We could in this game, because she has Disruptor with Aghanims. So now, if the enemy heroes are not stacked up, she could get herself the Aghanims and reel in. I am hyped, Gareth. I have never seen reel in used in a pro game in the games that I've spectated, because it's a shit ability that generally sucks. But for this specific combo, is actually damn strong with the Aghanims of Disruptor being able to stop the enemy from doing anything.
Oh, I can't wait. I've seen it once, but not in a combo. Just I saw it. It did a thing. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I've seen it lose games in pub games mostly by different pro players testing it. It's generally shit. The Aghanims is still pretty good because you get extra cast range on the end snare, and you get the BKB piercing as well on it. But being able to use it on sleeping units is also really, really nice, because then you can reel them in during it, set up for that Disruptor.
Drag him into the Static Storm. Gaming Gladiators very hesitant now, holding high ground, waiting to see what comes over the hills.
The problem is they need to find this Disruptor And his neutral item is carrying hard right now. He's got that ninja gear.
Oh,
it is
yeah.
the best item in the game. I don't even care what tier 5 item he gets. He's keeping this item the rest of the game because this is everything he needs. If the game was to go to 60 minutes, I don't expect to see him swapping for anything because just being smoked all the time, there's no way for you to find that clean initiation. Oh, they're smoking up though. They're looking.
So big on these fog heroes. Disruptor, Enigma, whoever it is that jumps out of the trees. Gaming Gladiators, they smoke up to top. They've got to clear out that wave. And prepping themselves for the next Roche, right?
Yeah, I think so, but this is probably just a preparation move a bit. You gotta get the wards down, get vision down in the area as Void Spirit shows himself bottom, but the rest of Quest are coming towards top. They do not want to give away another Aegis for free here. And the net worth is pretty much dead even now. Less than 1,000 lead for Gaming Gladiators.
Roshan spawned bottom right and immediately has to run through the twin gate. Quinn, watch your step. The big man's coming. Even pushes the Hawk out of the way as well for a second there. I'll pop out of the pit, say hello to Tofu. But this is where Quest really do shine. These choke point fights. The terrain around Roche Pit is pretty spectacular for them.
Yeah, very careful Roche here. They're using the Naga Illusions to scout. Coming in. Someone has to deal with them. That will give away positions. Line jumped.
There we go. Celery. Found out in the back. Does have buyback. As Noob jumps in, finds Quinn. A huge one with the Ravage, the Tendrils. Can Malik follow through with the chain stuns? He can. He's got buyback on Quinn. He's going to have to use it now. The Pugner songed up. Ace with a Roar. Disruptor found. 4 staff from Omar buys him space and time to survive. Static Storm dropped down. Not really landing as he would have intended. And the Finger of Death going to blow up the Rubik. But look at Ace disappear. Beastmaster's gone and Duraccio, he's got the help of Quinn now. Oh, multi-buybacks with the Boost of Travel 2. Coming in onto TA2000 with the Nagas TP down with the BKB. Noob slipping away with a Silver Edge. Have they got reveal? They don't need it anymore. He's removed himself from invisibility and he's taken out. Duraccio with a double kill, a real chaotic team fight.
A chaotic team fight, but that was a lot of buybacks as well coming out. Lion bought back, the Pango bought back, Pugna bought back, and Beast bought back. So 4 buybacks on the side of Dire here. Yeah, you get Roche, but at what cost? That was very, very expensive. And I'm not even sure if they can really go high ground and try and threaten and force the buyback of Void Spirit. And if you don't force that buyback, then Quest can just make a power play by going aggressive and then going in with the travel buyback play. So Gaming Gladiators, kind of, their hand is pretty much forced now that they have to go for a play. But this is worrisome for them as well.
And these instant deaths on Quinn really, really hurt Gaming Gladiators. Every single time he's being found in the back lines, getting caught out by multiple Ravages basically with his Tendrils of the Deep.
He does have the Aegis now on him at least, so bursting him is not going to be the best initiation for them anymore on Quest. So perhaps next fight will be a little bit smoother.
Duraccio? Alright, okay. Yeah, just jumps in to kill off an illusion.
He tried to get onto the real target, didn't get it, going for racks.
Think about the buildings.
He's got that minus BAT talent on Brood, so it's extremely fast.
Evens out the playing field. Top lane barracks, both destroyed. A lift up in the mid lane though. Nice. Gets himself that man to dodge out from some of the control.
He's here.
And Quest don't really want to be running out of their base chasing Gaming Gladiators here. Just wait and see what comes up the ramps.
So the only one who has any buyback on the side of Gaming Gladiators is the Brood, but she doesn't have travels. She could buy it though if she dies, so I think they want to use Brood as the one playing the riskiest, so that if anyone is going to die, it's better that it's her. They can of course do the same thing with the Aegis on the Pango, but right now, the fact that they are 4 heroes without buyback makes it very awkward for them to try and push high ground here.
Who do you want this DD on at this point? Still Duraccio?
Yeah, it's definitely Duraccio. He hits incredibly hard.
Bottles
Problem for him though is that he wants to stay hitting on someone, but there's a lot of saves. There's Rubik with a shard, there's the 4 staff, and there's of course just the counter initiation play. You could always find a song or a turnaround.
Oh, the Battle of the Ages. Range creep against Hawk. A sentry giving vision on it as he takes a year to kill it off.
Okay, Quest coming out. They're the ones looking for a fight into this Aegis.
Straight on Celery. Blow up the Lion. 1 hero down and they know there's no buyback. Numbers advantage for Quest.
This is big. 100 seconds, no Lion here. This is a power spike to play around. Quest just going out now. They need to push the mid creep wave, and they're hunting for any bonus kill they can get with the Naga smoking in with their ninja gear.
Scan connected.
Yeah.
TP down to Outpost.
He's going behind.
Spirit. He's going to catch up to Ace here. Finds him. And with a Song of the Siren, Ether Remnant, they've got him locked in. Static Storm makes sure of that. He disappears. Evaporated off our screens and dead for 2 minutes now. Duraccio, he does get a tier 3 down bottom, but it's dire times for Gaming Gladiators now.
Duraccio has so much weight on his shoulders now to push and try to create any form of counterplay, but he doesn't have a creep wave anymore. They're going to push out mid. Bottom creep wave already dealt with by some illusions, so if he doesn't have creeps, he can't really bother them anymore. I mean, he can try to backdoor, but he doesn't quite have the damage to threaten melee. I think he can take range racks, but melee racks is going to be super slow.
Oh, the sound effect of Brood hitting stuff. Squelching.
Yeah, doesn't even try for the melee racks, but that means they can completely ignore him down here. They know he can't really do anything important. They're going mid. 80 seconds on the Beastmaster Lion. 25 seconds still.
It's going to take some real magic here. Quinn with a Rolling Thunder. Gonna try clear out the creep wave. Do a bit of chip damage to the Naga Siren. It's worrisome times, though, as he's going to get caught out potentially if they jump in. Behind these tier 4s, they decide with a glimpse. They'll drag it back into the kinetic field. Silence Nullifier, catching him with a Static Storm. Quinn, he's dead. Aegis taken down. And Quest getting that little step closer to a victory here as they look to blow up the Pango on the second life, and the Ravage catching the Pugna, taking out Tofu. This might just be it. They've got the jump on the Lion now as well. Noob finds the additional target. Duraccio trying his damnedest to get any kills and trades he can. Finger of Death is good on Noob, but the refresher up from Malik. Oh, he's got another Ravage here with the Song of the Siren holding them in place. They've caught the Lion and the Brood. Duraccio jumps out, but the Ravage is there. The second round of Tendrils takes another kill. And Omar with a well-played nose of there. Tier 4's falling, throne about to be exposed, and it's Duraccio against the world. Oh man, Noob is gonna send him back with Kaori there and focus down the primary objective. The throne is falling, you can no longer defend your ancient, and GG is called 1 apiece as Gaming Gladiators get another draw in the group stage.
Another draw, and this was their game to win. They were well ahead, they had everything they needed in this game, and it looked like they were supposed to win this game, but you know what, Gareth? This game, I think Quest did an excellent job of showing every player in Gaming Gladiators that you never give up in Dota. You try until the bitter end, no matter how dark it is, no matter what time it is in the game, you can still try to come back into the game. I think that's an important lesson taught by Quest here, but look at this was the big moment where they get the second catch with the 2 heroes this time. Disruptor Aghanims.
Yeah, key moment for them. They just swept over Gaming Gladiators here. And this was meant to be their Aegis Cheese refresher high ground push, and Noob is the one that comes out with the ultra kill. Void Spirit, a hero that has suffered a lot to the nerfs, has felt quite uncomfortable to play recently. Noob showing is perfectly viable.
Yeah, this was also a fight where they tried to hide behind the Roche pits, trying to not get caught in an awkward position, but still the Naga Song running after, catching people. They tried to burst the Disruptor with a roar, but they force staff him, keep him safe. And still the fights, I mean, they win it, but it cost them 4 buybacks to do so. It's not really a one fight, it's just you were alive at the end of the fight, is a better way to describe it.
Yeah, the entire left-hand side feed just showing everything that Gaming Gladiators was spending there just to invest into that one victory. And here, the final death of Quinn. Oh, the penultimate death of Quinn, actually, because he had the Aegis. He does die twice in a row, caught up in all these disables. And it's really nice to see the initial fights, this kind of overlapping of ultis, right? How we expected to go with the Song, Static Storm, the Ravage, everything was going. But towards the end of the game, they were using them kind of piecemeal, one by one. They got perfect efficiency from the stun duration, from the Static Storm duration.
Yeah, they had incredibly good control. I mean, their spells for just setting up and bursting heroes are really good. And I gotta say, the execution this game from Quest was really impressive, because overall, I would still say that Gaming Gladiators had an easier draft to play into here. There, of course, comes a big power spike later on here in the game when that Aghanims from Disruptor comes out. Heroes, how they prioritize the kills. I think Quest did an excellent job with their targeting and with their gameplay. Also, Broodmother in a great way. that laning stage looked so tough. Even though Brood is a powerful hero, even though she's first phase ban pick material for all these teams, they didn't get that much value out of her just because of this Tidehunter Rubik double damage reduction. Awesome series, awesome game, but another draw for Gaming Gladiators. 4 draws now, and probably not going to feel too good about that.
Need to get some W's. That's what they absolutely desire as we round out our third series of the day here. One more to go. A best of 2 between Tundra and Asta. We'll see you after the break.